Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aso, this is Aso Tarot, and in today's reading, we are going to be looking at who is coming into your life and what are they bringing. Now, this doesn't have to be a new person. I'm not specifying new because every time I specify new, it seems like some of y'all get someone coming back from your past, and even if they're not from your past, you may connect them to someone from your past because you haven't met the new person yet. So I'm just asking who's coming in and what are they bringing. So looking at this can be any type of connection, by the way. This doesn't have to be a love type of connection. This is any type of person. So we're going to do a pretty in-depth reading today, no extended or anything, just you and me and some extended time together. We're going to start by looking at who this is, and the oracle decks you are picking today is going to be part of that process. So I'm going to shuffle one to look at who this person is and one to look at what are they bringing you. So, and I have other oracles as well, it won't just be that deck, but we'll look at who this person is and what they are bringing you. And then I already pulled some charms and letters that are significant to the person that's coming in, that could be significant to you, and that could just be signs of who this person is and just extra context of why they might be coming in or anything of that nature. We're leaving it open. Then we're going to move into the tarot, and using the tarot deck I chose, we're going to look at why is this person coming in, how will they enter or return, and how will you know it's them. So hopefully good questions to give you a better idea of what you can expect. And then we will look at how, I just said that, then we'll get guidance for you moving forward. So if you get someone that you already know and you're like, why are they coming back in? Might I direct you to a reading I did called Why Does This Person Keep Coming Back? It's not a year old, but it's probably like 9 months old. So same time length as the full gestation of a baby. I don't know why I needed to say that, but yeah, if you're curious about that, you may want to check that out. I'll link it. If I forget, someone in my beautiful intro squad, please remind me. Shout out to intro squad. So we have 4 different oracle decks for you to choose from today, starting with, and I want to mention also, you can pick more than one group. So starting with the first group, we are going to be using the Rose Oracle, and I have this Rose Quartz Sun on top. And then for pile group number 2, we are going to be using the Wisdom of Ancient Egypt Oracle, and I have this Lapis Lazuli Ankh on top. And then for group number 3, we are going to be using the Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle, and I have this clear quartz Icosahedron on top. I could be saying that wrong, but it has 20 sides. And then finally, for group number 4, we are going to be using the AstrolOG Oracle, and I have this, I think it's Druzy Agate. It's a white agate at least, on top. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. Like I said, it's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one group. It's possible there could be more than one person coming into your life. And honestly, if you get a pile that sounds like you, I wouldn't even be surprised if this reading is talking about a new aspect of self. I'm leaving it open and just letting spirit do its thing. So for those of you who are ready now to make a wish, we are going to make a wish on my star candle today. I think this is honestly one of my favorite candles from my tarot candle line. Quick reminder, you can always use code ASO10 for 10% off this candle or any other candles on Angelic Magic 888's site. But the cool thing about the star candle is not only does it have a unique star crystal, but like all of the tarot candles in my line, they come with a unique mini tarot card inside. So we will both look at what the star is in this candle, I can't talk, and what the card is for a mini message. So I love to see it. Fellas, we love to see it. Okay, first of all, can we just appreciate how beautiful she is? This scent is Egyptian amber, and it's my favorite scent. If you're not interested in the star candle, you may want to check out at least the Archangel Metatron candle on Angelic Magic 888 site, because it's the same scent and it smells so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll get to the Six of Wands in a second, but the star is all about hope, healing, positivity, faith, you know, believing in your dreams. And I think this is the perfect candle for a reading like this, ushering in new energy and having hope for the future. And whether, you know, someone new is coming in or someone from the past is coming in a new way, I just hope that for all of us, we can find more healing and happiness and growth together. So feel free to focus your intentions on this candle and just focus on what you want to wish. And I'm going to take a second to focus on what my wish is. May yours, mine, and all of our wishes come true. So, the Six of Wands, baby. Oh, let me take the star candle out. I'm sure some of you were like, Asa, why did you just put your whole hand in the fire? I didn't put it in there, just close to it. It's fine. It's fine. We do have I would guess this is black obsidian, so little black obsidian star. So I definitely would see that as a sign of protection. When I think of black obsidian, I think of protection from negativity. I also just think of just the safety and security that black obsidian provides. Let's put that bad boy there. But the Six of Wands, this is beautiful. So this is a sign that anything that you're worried about is going to go well. The Six of Wands is a sign of success, of accomplishment, of recognition. So for some of you, this could indicate some sort of virality. This could indicate being recognized publicly or by people that you admire for something that you are doing. This could be a sign that a project you're working on is going to be successful. It's also a sign that you're going to be more visible in the near future, which I think makes sense considering we're looking at who's coming into your life. So who knows, maybe the person coming in will be seeing you on your high horse. Now, speaking of high horses, high horses. I just had a funny visual. Anyway, this is also a card to remember to be humble, in the words of our Lord and Savior, Kendrick Lamar. And to remember that, you know, with these successes, to not be attached to them or to not feel like these make you better than anyone else. Not saying you think that way, just a friendly reminder for those of you who need it. I feel like this is a beautiful sign, though, you know, to just cherish and be optimistic about what's coming and what you've been working on, and also to give yourself the credit for how far you've come. Things are looking up for you and things are going to be getting better, and I just see this as a beautiful sign that victory, success, good vibes, recognition, encouragement, applause. I'm hearing like Lady Gaga's applause right now. And yeah, I just think good things are coming your way. This Six of Wands is a beautiful, beautiful sign of that. So yay, yay for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Intro Squad. I love you so, so, so much. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. So with that being said, just go ahead now and scroll down to the comment section or the description box where I'll have all the timestamps listed below. And once you've picked your pile or piles, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Rose Oracle and this Rose Quartz Sun, this is going to be a reading on who is coming into your life and what are they bringing. So these two cards are going to represent who is coming into your life, and these two cards are going to represent what they are bringing. If you'd like a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro. So to start with who is coming into your life, we have the Sacred Union, Beloved Within, Inner and Outer Relationships, and we have the Raccoon. And then in terms of what they are bringing you, we have a Naked Lady that I need to cover. Codes of the Seeds, the blueprint is within you. Take the first step. Let me just grab a little crystal. Little sensor crystal. I mean, you can't even see anything, but I don't even want to mess with it. And then also dreams. And this is actually, it looks like it would be the 3rd eye chakra, but in this deck, it's actually the throat chakra. Ooh, pile one. I've got lovely messages to deliver to you. So this is one where you're gonna have to really trust yourself, because depending on who you are and your circumstances, who this is going to differ. For some of you, this is an aspect of self. And actually, I would say not for some of you, all of you, parts of yourself that you haven't been in touch with is part of what's coming back in. But for those of you who have been manifesting a union with someone, I feel like this is a beautiful sign that this person is coming in. If you're not manifesting a union, but you are trying to come into a deeper awareness of yourself, I definitely think this person coming into your life, or I should also mention, like, this could also be confirmation for someone that's recently entered your life as well. This is someone who you can have a deep relationship with, and someone that brings you closer to yourself. Who they are is someone that is a bit shy. At least when it comes to you, it's like they've been in the shadows. The raccoon talks about being an artist, being artistically gifted. And artists, anyone can be an artist. You don't have to create art. You can make art in tons of different ways. This could just be a creative person, definitely a chaotic person, but someone who still has a lot of talent. And let me be clear, you could resonate this too as both a part of self and someone that is coming in or coming back. But with this raccoon card here, I definitely see that whoever this is, they are someone who is afraid to kind of step into the light of awareness, to step into themselves. I wouldn't be shocked if for some of you, you have your own insecurities around creating or around being seen. This is something that you both will mirror. This is someone that has the ability to connect with you deeply. This is someone that shows you things about yourself that you never would have seen otherwise. This is someone that can be a bit feisty, can be, like I said, kind of chaotic. They might see themselves as trash. They're not. It makes me think of Toy Story 4, right? What's the little Sporky guy? What's his name? Is it Sporky? I don't know. But he, like the whole movie, he's like, I'm trash, and he tries to go back to the trash. It just made me think of that. And come to think of it as well, Woody and Bo Peep reunite in that movie, which is really interesting. But I definitely think that if this is not someone that you have been consciously manifesting, I think that there could be a series of people that have been coming in and that have already been in your life that are encouraging you to step into more empowering aspects of self. Because if this isn't a person, it's definitely an aspect of yourself that you have not let come to light yet. But I feel like even then, there are people on your path that are coming in to kind of awaken those parts of self. As a specific person, if you know who they are, you'll have like kind of an intuitive confirmation of that. But this could be someone coming in that you're meeting for the first time that you have a very deep connection with. You may want to watch my union reading if you haven't, after this one, of course, as it may have information for you. But what they're bringing you is awakening and awareness. They could be giving you context to dreams you've had. The number 33 is a master number, so they could be a life path 33, or both of you could be at the same place in life. I do want to also mention the raccoon is an earth energy, so this person could be a very practical, grounded, down-to-earth type person. They could have Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus placements, though they certainly don't have to. But I would also say you can take it as confirmation that this is an aspect of self in addition to another person, or not in addition to another person, if you just resonate with it as an aspect of self, where if you are finding yourself learning how to ground and bring more of your spirit down here, or you're learning lessons related to the material, I would definitely say that that's confirmation of that. I definitely think no matter what, this group is coming into deeper union with themselves and the world around them, and this person could be someone that you're coming into union with, a deeper union with, If you've been manifesting union with them, or if you're meeting them for the first time, you could be seeing union with them in a way where you've never seen wanting that before. I definitely think with the raccoon here, if you do know who this person is, it's like they're kind of lurking in the shadows, and it kind of seems like maybe you see them at night, or maybe they come out at night. Maybe you have a lot of chaotic fun. Maybe you're both creative, talented people. This person could even have like a creative alter persona, like me, for example. Like, you know, I have ASO. ASO is, well, you guys gave me ASO, let me be real. My channel name is just a pun. It's based on esoteric, but I say ASO because it just sounds, I like how it sounds. But you guys started calling me ASO, and yeah, which is so sweet, and I love you guys for that. But that's an example. So like I'm a human person outside of this, but then like a lot of you guys know me as ASO, for example. So, you know, music artists, you know, that have like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, you know, like creative alter ego, something like that. This person could have something like that. But they're here to help you ground your dreams and go towards your dreams. It's possible that the things that you are dreaming of, the things that you desire, this person also desires. Maybe you could be creating them together, or they could be creative fuel to help you accomplish your dreams and move forward within them. The fact that we have codes of the seeds, it seems like things that have been seeded within you, literally in the darkness, are going to come to light either through this person or through this aspect of self coming into your awareness and you embracing it. With the dreams card here as well, in the number 33, I want to see what the number 33 says in this book. It's called the 1111 Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and it just has a definition for a bunch of different numbers. So let's look at what 33 says. And actually, we go to 34. 33, please. I choose to devote myself to my heart's highest purpose. That's beautiful. Like, yeah, I feel like what they're bringing you is assistance in devoting yourself to your heart's highest purpose. And, you know, maybe your highest purpose is partially a relationship and partially something that you're creating. Whatever the dreams in your heart are, it seems like the person coming in, or the aspect of self coming in, is, and they could be both, is helping you become aware of what your dreams truly are, erasing confusion around maybe your ego's desires and your heart's desires, maybe around the stress of expectations and what you think you should be doing. If you've been stuck and stagnant and feel like you haven't been moving, I feel like this person or this aspect of self could be helping you take the next steps forward, and kind of, it's almost like seeds that haven't gotten any water or light, are getting them through this situation, and they are sprouting, they're helping you move forward. And it's like where barriers and blockages and obstacles have been, where you've been held back, where you've been frustrated, where you haven't known how to move forward, where you've just felt stuck. I really think that this person is going to be bringing you the awareness to know where your dreams, where your heart truly lies, what your dreams truly are, and the steps to get there. And it may not be like, hey, here's XYZ, here's the next 50 things you need to do. It may just be awareness of, oh, okay, I need to do 1, 2. And then you'll get more and more and more, so on and so forth. But this is very powerful. This is, whoever this is, whether it's a powerful aspect of yourself, a person that you have a deep connection to, a deep relationship to, that is a mirror to you, is coming in for you to meet or coming back in, and those both could be true. I definitely think for those of you, I feel really called to say, in terms of an aspect of self, and truthfully I could take this message too, don't be afraid to let yourself be seen. You guys might be seeing some new stuff from me soon, so I'm kind of excited to show you that. But for you, I definitely think there are parts of you that you're very afraid to share that the world could really benefit from. especially creative ones, especially ones to do with your heart and your gifts and your skills. So I definitely think that this person could be an inspiration to you and also a source of creative inspiration. I also think that they could be showing up in your dreams and they could give you more vivid dreams. And it's also possible that you could be working with them in your dreams as well. But what they're bringing you is assistance in unlocking your highest purpose and giving you the clarity that you need to start taking the next steps forward. So let's go ahead now and look at the letters and charms related to this person and you. You can just take these as they resonate, but okay, let's look at all of the, speaking of Beyonce, Hooday. Oh, the Bengals. Okay, we have BEYHV 727. We have a C. Oh no, that's a G. Sorry, that's a G. Oh, I'm hearing a G by Girls' Generation in my head now. G, baby. Okay, we have a 0. We have, did I mention that too? Let's see. We also have a D. We have a T. And we have an S. I saw bet, and then I heard bet on it, the High School Musical song, just play in my head, which was really funny. We have 2 S's. So I'm seeing like there's a secret. There's some things that you may not be seeing. American football could be significant because the TD is making me think of touchdown. YG, that makes me think of YG Entertainment. So for those of you who have maybe if a YG song or artist came to mind, maybe there could be significance there. Bees could be a significant sign as well. Beyonce songs also, like I said, could be significant. And then what was, okay, I think this is supposed to be a 9, but you can take it as a 6 or a 9. There really is no rules here. So we have this charm here, which makes me think of the 6 of Cups. And so I definitely would take this as a beautiful sign of reunion if you are asking about it. If this is an aspect of self, I definitely think that this is symbolizing you reconnecting with parts of self that you disconnected from in order to feel safe. I think this not only includes your inner child, but also, you know, just traits of yours that you felt like weren't good enough or you felt like, you know, made you too visible. I think that you're going to be reclaiming those and realizing why they're gifts. Butterflies could be a significant sign. And butterflies are a symbol of transformation. I also think that if this is a person, you know, the 6 of Cups often talks about reunions. And the reason why this makes me think of the 6 of Cups is because there's 6 of these little gems. And this looks like almost like a vintage pin. So the 6 of Cups can talk about nostalgia and children. So no matter what, whoever this is, they're bringing you closer to yourself, whether it's through yourself or through them. And I definitely think that there are a lot of sweet feelings here. I also think that whoever this person is, if they are a person, which I think for a lot of you it is, I think for a lot of you there's both. It's both a person that you've either been manifesting that you don't know, or a person that you've been manifesting union with, and aspects of self you're coming into union with, because that is part of the union process and gaining unity consciousness. But for some of you, there isn't another person and it is just aspects of self, and I feel like you know who you are. If that message brings you fear and stress, it's not a message for you. The ones who know it's just an aspect of self, they know. So this dinosaur is making me think of the Land Before Time, so there could be something about that. Oh, time in general seems to be significant. But with this dinosaur here, you could have like a past life connection with this person, or you could go way back. This could also be a sign that your soul is ancient and has done a lot of things and been a lot of places, and to not underestimate the power of your soul and the power of certain blueprints. You know, this just makes me think of Girl Scouts. In Girl Scouts, we used to say this thing, we used to say this little thing, it was like a song that said, like, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. And the fact that this is gold, I definitely think that if this is a person from your past that you've been manifesting union with, you will know that this is coming because you've grown and changed a lot. If you haven't grown and changed a lot, this is your sign that the growth and change that you do will bring this situation forward the more you come into union with yourself. But if you have been doing that hard work and doing that inner alchemy, this could be a beautiful sign that this person is coming in. But also there's an aspect of commitment here. Like, this person seems to have a commitment to themselves, a commitment to their growth, a commitment to what matters to them. But there's also this alchemy quality to it as well, where I feel like you and them know how to take any situation and turn it into gold. You know, inner alchemy is the process of taking things that we experience and turning them into wisdom. So I definitely think you're doing that. I think this person has the ability to do that. And I also think that this, you know, a circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. That is the part that was significant, and I don't know if I said that. Sorry, poor short-term memory. And whether this is a friend that you have a deep connection to, a lover, or just a deeper love with yourself, I think that this connection is unending and goes beyond time and space. I feel like it is an infinite type because it never ends. And we also have this stopwatch. So I do feel that divine timing is at play in this connection and in how this unfolds. If you are unaware, I often like to say that divine timing is not a date on the calendar. It is not fixed. It is based on our actions and the actions we take every day or lack thereof. It is based in the present. And I think that things are coming together in the perfect time, in the perfect way. But we also have this shamrock. So shamrocks could be significant. One or both of you could be Irish, or Ireland could be significant. Luck in general could be a theme here, and this could just be a sign that you are lucky. Let's see what else. We also have the Nazar. So I feel like one big thing to note here is to not worry about like the negative perceptions of others, or if you feel like anyone could sabotage this. I feel like the universe is asking you to maybe ask yourself how much of that is paranoia, because first of all, what is meant for you won't miss you. But also, I feel like this is a beautiful sign that you're protected and you don't need to worry about it. And love is the most powerful form of protection there is. So not much to worry about here. Like, everything's gonna be just fine. And finally, we have a guardian angel. So you and this person could have similar guardian angels. Maybe this person is a guardian angel in your life or sees you as one. Maybe, like I said, you have guardian angels in common. But I think part of the protection element, I don't think it's a coincidence that I moved these the way I did. I think also your guardian angels want you to know you don't need to feel like you have to protect yourself so much. Like, you are protected and they are watching over this situation, and you can't mess it up. So if you want to screenshot that, those are the charms and letters. So now we're going to get into the tarot, and for every group I'm using the Empyrean Tarot. This is such a cool deck. It's you'll see why in a second. But while I'm shuffling, I do just want to say, you know, if you're enjoying this reading and you want to show me some appreciation, a like goes a long way. So thank you to everyone who takes the time to leave me a like. Likes especially are incredibly helpful for me. And not only do they let me know what readings you're enjoying, but they also, you know, just help me in terms of YouTube. Other ways to help me, letting the ads play in the background while you do something else. Thank you to everyone who does that. A little comment, a subscribble, checking out a reading with an extended if you want. Really lots of ways to do it, but I'm just so grateful that you guys are here and just for all your support and patience. And yeah, you guys are the best, and no wonder you've got such wonderful energy coming in, because your energy itself is very wonderful. So let's ask Spirit why this person is coming in. So Spirit, why is this person, woo, that flew. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles or the Sovereign of Globes. Okay, can we just, like, how is that not the most fun thing in the world? Okay, so why is this person coming in? This person is coming in because of how much you've been working on yourself and the stability that you've cultivated for yourself. With this Queen of Pentacles being here, this person is coming in because you're ready to receive them. Whether this is an aspect of a self or a person, it seems like you are getting yourself into a position where you are ready to bring more of yourself to this earth and share more of yourself with others. I feel like this card is also confirming, like, if you've been working really hard on yourself, if you've been working really hard to heal, to grow, to care for yourself, to be kind for yourself, first of all, I just want to say congrats on doing that, and I love that for you. But also, I think that a lot of this work is allowing you to embrace connection in a healthy way and embrace the fears that come with being seen, that come with being vulnerable, and realize that you can do those uncomfortable things and still be safe. You can face things that, you know, you're uncertain about or fearful of and still be okay. I also think this connection is coming in for some of you because you could be ready for a deeper kind of partnership. You know, the King and Queen of Pentacles can sometimes note relationships like marriage relationships. So it could be that if you are ready for that or open to that, it could be that you're at the place where you're ready for that. So for example, if you are already dating someone and you're kind of hoping for, you dream of being even closer to them, having a higher commitment, I think that this is a beautiful sign of that. I feel like a big reason why this person is coming in is because you've matured enough to do so. We also have Saturn here. And so I feel like Saturn being here is a sign that you have much better boundaries now. Maybe before it wouldn't have been safe for you to be seen, or it wouldn't have been ideal for this person to come in because you may have had messy boundaries, or you may have not been able to hear the whispers of your soul enough. And so if they came in and you weren't ready, you know, or you had messy boundaries, it could like overcomplicate the situation. But I really think this is coming in because you have, you're ready to receive it. Whether it is an aspect of self or, you know, a person and an aspect of self, or just a person. Actually, no matter what, there is aspects of self here. Let me just be real. Like, the beautiful thing is, though, is that no matter what, you've matured a lot and you've grown a lot. You have a much better understanding of who you are. You have a much more grounded and practical perspective of the world. And I feel like you've learned a lot of tough and necessary lessons in order to grow into the version of yourself that you are now. And I feel like the universe just kind of wants to commend you. I also feel like Saturn is saying, you know, hey, buddy, you've done a good job. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, son. That's kind of like, you know, Saturn's often called the father, so I'm just thinking of like, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, pile one. And I think as well, this is just a beautiful sign that you're able to handle what comes your way, and you're able to handle, so for some of you, maybe the person coming into your life is a child. You know, we have a rabbit here with fertility. Some of you are like, oh, hell no. I'm like, it's not for you. Okay. I mean, now, obviously, if you don't want that to happen, make sure you're being safe if that's a possibility. But for those of you that have maybe been manifesting that, you know, literally beloved within, it could be a pregnancy of some type for some of you. If you already are, congratulations. I hope you have a safe, happy, and healthy one. But for others, this is just someone that is in your heart, whether you know them in this lifetime or not. I feel like this connection, no matter what, goes beyond lifetimes. And I think that if you don't have a specific person in mind, or you don't feel like there is a specific person coming in and this is just aspects of self, then I think that you're at a place where you can actually embrace them and not allow them to be hurt. It's almost like you're able to be the protector of those parts of self in a way you weren't in the past. So like, let's say, you know, you want to do an open mic and sing at an open mic. Maybe the version of you 2 years ago, if you messed up or if you hit a wrong note or, you know, if you made a mistake, it would be very impactful in a harmful way, and maybe it would destroy your confidence, and so you never did. Whereas now, maybe you have enough self-esteem to go up there. No, even if I mess up or even if I do something silly, I know that's okay and I can grow and learn. It's almost like aspects of you that have been there all along are coming to the surface, and you're able to nourish and support them in a way that you couldn't in the past. So the reason why this person is coming in is because you're ready for them and ready for what, for whatever role they have in helping you fulfill your dreams and your highest purpose. So let's see how they will enter or return. Spirit, how will this person enter or return? Woof. We have the Ace of Wands. So like that, I'll tell you that much. This could be a lot of different things. This could be an opportunity that excites you where you end up meeting one another. Oh, well, for those of you that resonated with the baby thing, how will they enter? The Ace of Wands is called the dick card for a reason. So this could be meta, this could be literal, that's how. When a man and a woman love each other very much, you know. This could also be, though, that one of you feels this urge to reach out. I do feel like it seems like this person, but it could also be that they will come through in... There could be multiple different ways in which they return or in which you meet them. But for those of you where this is an aspect of self, creative endeavors and things that make you feel passionate, things that make you feel inspired and that are just like, oh yeah, like I want to try that, or I want to go there, or I want to experience this. Like museums, if you've been thinking about going to some type of museum, go, do it. If you've been thinking about maybe taking a day trip, do it. If you've been anything that you think about that excites you or is just like, yes, go do those things. You never know what might happen. But they could also enter your life in a myriad of ways. Like they could just feel called to reach out to you. You could feel called to reach out to them. And I think the biggest thing is that you'll know if you feel those callings because they're powerful. And I find that usually the body kind of communicates that yes to me. Like if I feel like I should reach out to someone or do something, it's because it feels right in my heart. And I know that I feel safe to do it. Like no matter what it is, you know, it's just like, it's like, sorry, I'm doing that a lot. I know it's probably annoying, but like, I'm human, so you can forgive me. Anyway, with this Ace of Wands here, I do feel like they are coming in quite quickly. And I think it will be a bit unexpected and surprising. So for some of you, for example, if it's an aspect of self, it's like maybe you're singing and all of a sudden you just feel this connection to a part of yourself you thought you lost. If you feel called to go to, let's say, a Renaissance fair, I don't know why, maybe you meet this significant person or run into someone. If you, feel called to share yourself in some way, maybe this person sees it, maybe they reach out to you. There's so many different ways that this could unfold, and given that it's a general reading, I think that makes sense. But I think the key here is that however they come in, how they come in is less important. I think it's more so that the more you're cultivating the energies of passion and excitement and inspiration, the more it's going to bring them towards you, or the more you're going to bring in what's coming. But I don't say no to opportunities that excite you. That's the biggest thing. If you feel like even if you don't feel like doing something, but you just feel this calling to go anyway, do it. Like an example that I can use is like a couple years ago, I was invited to my friend's birthday party and I didn't really feel great. I didn't really want to go, but there was just this part of me that was like, no, I need to go. I made a promise. I'm going to go. And that night I met one of the most significant people in my life now. So, you know, it was kind of like, it was, and then I kind of understood like, oh, I see why in hindsight, like, oh, I understand why, like I needed to go, like why I needed to have that experience. And so really trust those inner nudges and trust what excites you. For those of you that are like considering posting thirst traps, that could also be something that helps. But unfortunately, I can't give you semantics, but what I can say is that they're coming in an exciting way, in an inspiring way, in an unexpected way, or through an opportunity that's brought to you, or they will literally just reach out, or you will feel called to reach out to them. And you will know if you don't feel that calling, let me just say, like, you don't have to force yourself to do anything. Like, you'll know it when you feel it. It's like an orgasm. Like, if you have had one, you know what it feels like. So, you know, you can't so in terms of like guidance that's beneficial for you, if you genuinely feel the urge and the call to do that, you will feel it. You won't be thinking like, oh, is it not? Because typically there is no doubt. And even if there is some, the feeling is stronger than the doubt. Does that make sense? So now I want to see how you will know it's them. So how will pile 1 know this person is them? Wow, okay, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so that makes sense. So this person could have a lot of fiery attributes to them. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they don't have to. This is someone who is a leader. They're charismatic, they're joyful, they're fun, they're creative. A good example of a King of Wands is like Daryl from The Office. Who else gives King of Wands vibes? It's like hard when you're like on the spot about it. But, you know, elements of the King of Wands, this is someone who's a leader. This is someone who stands out. This is someone who is jovial. This is someone who is inspirational. This is someone who doesn't take life too seriously, not in a detached way, but from a place of joy. Like for example, Daryl in The Office, you know, how often is he dealing with just the most messed up stuff from, you know, Michael and things like that. And rather than getting offended by it, he knows how to take whatever Michael is doing and make Michael look even dumber. Like, the King of Wands knows how to take any situation and turn it for their benefit. And if this person isn't evoking these qualities, they're certainly evoking those qualities within you. There is this conviction within them, and you will know it's them because they will say what they mean and mean what they say. And this kind of further convinces me that this person is either going to be the one to reach out, or if they haven't fully embodied these qualities, it seems like when they come back in, they will be. I definitely think that there's kind of like a phoenix energy here. If you see, it's like the phoenix is rising from the ashes. And I think that there is this sense of empowerment about them and this confidence about them. And if it's not coming from them, you'll know they'll be giving those feelings within you. They'll be making you feel that way, and they'll make you just trust yourself more. They're going to be highly attractive, and they're also going to be jovial is the right word, magnetic, charismatic. And like I said, if you already know them, you'll know it's them because they will have gone through some type of rebirth where they're not the person they were when you met them. It's clear that they've grown and matured. I also think that you'll know it's them because you'll feel that same, you'll feel a similar spiritual spark that just makes sense. And I kind of like how this ruler of wands has 2 wands and they're crossing. So it's almost like all you really need to do is continue following your own passions, your own creative ideas, the inspiration that you get. And it's almost like your paths will inevitably cross. Like, even if there are missed opportunities to meet them or reunite with them, the universe will still keep conjuring those, because your paths are going to cross in general or again, no matter what. And I think that if you are in that camp of this is more so aspects of self, you're going to know that you've integrated this aspect of self because you feel confident in what you're doing. You're inspired by your creativity. You don't take negativity towards you too seriously. And you also see your worth and feel connected to a higher source that helps feed you inspiration. And on the back of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords. And so I really feel like this is a sign to not let your mind cut off your heart anymore and cut off your spirit. You know, I think that our beliefs can be deceptive at times, and I think your biggest enemy right now is negative beliefs that you have or fears that you have. I also think as well, a lot of things have been happening underneath the surface for you in your life that you may be unaware of, or that you may think are like signs that you're doing something wrong or that something's going wrong. And I think that the universe is saying that's not true. Just redefine how you expect things and let go of the idea of timing. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish off with some guidance for you. Oh, and I'm so glad I did this. We're getting this card is a message from your guardian angels. So we'll see what they have to say. So we have Lunali and Blazeberry. I haven't used this deck in a long time, but I love it. It says, nurture yourself. It is essential to your well-being. And so, yeah, if you haven't done anything creative in a while, that's important. If you haven't done anything that excites you, that is important. Whatever you can do to just be kind to yourself, especially kind to your body. You know, have you drank enough water today? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough nutrients? All those things are important. And are you being kind to yourself? You know, the fact that this person is coming in because of the Queen of Wands, like because you are nurturing yourself. But like I said, you don't have to be a woman or a man to be king or queen. I actually like this deck because the queen and the king are not gendered. The queen is the sovereign and the king is the ruler. I think of them in terms of kings and queens because that's how I learned them. But they're just different evolutions. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about, you know, nurturing yourself and caring for yourself and knowing your worth. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, if you think the right thing to do is push yourself to burnout or try to prove yourself, that's not right. That's the wrong thing. Actually, the best thing that you can do for yourself is give yourself the time and the space that you need to just feel nurtured, feel good, feel secure, feel grounded. Not only is that just going to be helpful on a personal level, but it's also going to help you be more open and receptive to whatever the universe brings your way. But we also have it's time to take action. So I think the biggest thing for sure is like action in terms of what excites you, what turns you on. Listen, sexual magic is a form of manifestation, so don't rule it out. We do not shame here. This is a sex positive channel within means though, because YouTube is very picky. You can absolutely show terrorists doing horrible things, but heaven forbid you show a nipple. Evil. But whatever you feel you want to start creating, it's time to start taking that action. It's time to start going towards that. But also the next new moon in Aries could be helpful in terms of timing. Take that as it resonates. I'm not going to say that as a for sure thing, but could be. Yes, we already have surrendered to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Yeah, Spirit is saying the only way you'll be unsuccessful is if you don't believe in yourself and quite literally run away screaming from your path and spend your entire life working hard as hell to avoid it. You can't choose another path. Like, other than your own, because any other path is going to be even more excruciating than what it is you're currently experiencing, because it doesn't honor your heart. It's like, you know, in life we kind of have to choose which shit sandwich we want to eat, and oftentimes the tastiest shit sandwich is the one that we chose because the benefits that came with it were worth it, and it honored what was in our heart. And I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, stop worrying about how it's going to happen or how you're going to get there, and just trust that you're going to get there and stay open, because it could be that the universe is trying to send you guidance and send you inspiration and send you like almost guidance that's almost like a tiny map to getting you where you need to go, and you may have a hard time trusting it because you're overthinking it, or you may not be receiving the messages because you're stuck in your head. Remember, intuition whispers, anxiety screams. And finally, we have the Six of Swords. Yes, peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and you can now see that your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. So pile 1, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. And thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. I'm not a monster. I don't expect you to watch them, but just letting them play while you're on your phone or something or doing something else just helps me so much. But if you would like to support me in other ways, liking the video, like I said, commenting down below, subscribing if you haven't already. Shout out to my notification squad if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. I usually respond to comments when I first upload, so if you want me to see ya, talk to ya, you may want to be part of the notification squad. You can check out my merch, you can check out my social media, you can check out my candles. Remember, code ASO10 for 10% off any candles on Angelic Magic 888's site or her Etsy shop. And then other ways of support, you can check out other videos, you can check out ones with extendeds, but that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I really hope this message resonated. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Wisdom of Ancient Egypt Oracle and the Lapis Lazuli Ankh, then this is your reading on who is coming into your life and what are they bringing. So these two cards are going to represent who is coming into your life, and these two cards are going to represent what they are bringing. If you'd like a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro. So who is coming in? We have Osiris with Resurrection, and we have the Golden Egg. And then what they are bringing you is the Nile, Happy with Journey, and Illusion. Holy heart chakra, Batman. We've got a lot of heart energy here. Okay, this is really beautiful. There are a couple of situations for who this could be. I think, and this is kind of similar to pile 1 in the sense that for some of you, there may be aspects of self in addition to a person coming in. This is definitely, whoever this person is, you have a heart connection with them. You're connected. The Golden Egg is one of the spirit cards, and each spirit card resonates with a chakra, and the Golden Egg resonates with the heart chakra. So does this Illusion card. So whoever this is, you have a heartfelt connection to them. And if you have met them, I feel like you thought this situation was over, or this situation has had an ending. Whether this is a friend, a lover, a family member, someone that you feel connected to, who you feel in your heart very deeply. This could be someone who is coming back into your life. They're coming back to life in your life in that way. For all of you, maybe not all of you, maybe there are some of you that are already have like a really healthy connection with your heart. I do think that no matter what, for those of you that have believed that your heart, like your heart will never love the same, or your heart will never truly be the same, I feel like your heart space is being reborn in a way where it feels nestled and protected again. if you haven't met this person yet, I do think that this is someone who is going to bring about a reconnection to your heart space, and you will have a heartfelt connection with them that you thought either couldn't happen again or couldn't happen at all. Osiris, obviously, it may not be obvious, is the counterpart of Isis. So for some of you, this person could be a divine counterpart of some kind. For others, this could be just someone that just gets you. Like, no matter what, this is someone that you love, and they will love you. They may already, depending on if you know them or not. But it definitely seems like if you do know them, you thought that this situation was over. You thought that you had buried it and put it in the past, and now it's kind of coming back into the forefront of your mind. Well, not your mind, truthfully, your heart. And yeah, even Osiris is green. Like, maybe their favorite color is green. Maybe they like green, if you know what I mean. Like, if this is a friend, for example, if you've been manifesting a best friend, like, this could be that. Whoever this is someone that you connect to on a spiritual level, that will want to share their heart with you, and vice versa. And in terms of what they are bringing you, now this is extra beautiful. We have illusion and journey. So they're going to be bringing you enlightened awareness around what is true and what isn't. It's going to help you see where maybe you've believed in illusions in the past, like illusions like, I'll never love again, or I'll never find someone who gets me like that again. Or, you know, if this is someone coming back in that, you know, they'll never want to be a part of my life, or we'll never be able to heal this. That could be an illusion that's coming up. It could also be an illusion. One of the illusions that they may be helping you see clearly is the illusion that this situation was over, or that you couldn't love again. Especially if this is a new person that you haven't met, I feel like what a big emphasis here is that they are going to be inspiring a heart awakening within you, or technically reawakening, where you realize, like, I can move forward from the past. I can be open to love again. I can be open to loving myself again. And for some of you, you know, if you're like, if you have a partner, if you have close people in your life, and you're more so coming here because you're curious, but you feel fulfilled in a lot of your relationships, then I think what's coming back to you is an aspect of your heart space, or your heart space in general, in ways where maybe you've pushed it back or denied it. No matter what, there's a lot of heart energy and heart awakening here, but the fact that we have journey, you know, the Nile, the Nile is a river in Egypt. The Nile is the source of life in Egypt, and it, especially in ancient, well, not especially, but like, you know, it's a huge part of ancient Egyptian lore, and it's just a huge part of how civilization there was able to survive. The flooding of the Nile allowed for fertile soil to do its thing, and for people to do its thing with it. And with this journey card being here, I feel like this person is bringing you new life in whatever way it is meant to. I feel like they are bringing you the opportunity to go on a new journey with them. I feel like they are bringing you awareness of your journey so far, and like context for why certain things have happened. If you've been in a position where you've been reflecting a lot and wondering what's true and what isn't, I feel like their presence will be a powerful source of illumination for you to see what is true for you. I definitely think, you know, this is also an emotional journey. This is one that they are bringing you a new phase in life. They are bringing you a new opportunity. They're bringing you new life in some way. Even if it's an old person, they're coming in new and different. And if this is a new person, they are bringing about new experiences, new energies, new love. And even if you've felt, what's the right word? If you felt uncertain or fearful or just insecure, it's like they're bringing feelings of hope and clarity and awareness, and the realization that a lot of your doubts and fears were not the truth. They were just insecurities within you that were being brought to the surface. I also think this person is here to just reignite either what you have between the two of you, or reignite the parts of you that haven't been fully here. And I think for a lot of you, maybe your heart hasn't been in things recently, or maybe you've been lacking inspiration, or maybe you've been feeling like, oh, this person, I'm never gonna meet this person, or I'm never gonna find this person, or I'm never gonna find someone who just loves me for me. And this illusion card is like, actually, Ellen, that's not true. I'm sorry if your name is Ellen, that probably scared the shit out of you, but like also that's kind of funny. Shout out to the Ellens out there. Anyway, I definitely think no matter what, whoever this is, they are someone that you love deeply or will love deeply. And I think even when if you haven't met them yet, you will just kind of have this knowing of like, you'll feel something in your heart. They'll touch your heart in really powerful ways. And the biggest thing here is that you can't discern with your mind when it comes to this connection. You have to discern with your heart. And the thing is that the heart is a much powerful tool for discernment anyway. The mind can convince you of anything. The heart cannot be swayed from its truth. So I definitely think if you've been buying into illusions or beliefs about your worthiness, your desirability, about the possibility of love coming in for you, whether it's platonic love, familial love, or romantic love, not only is it coming in for you, but it's coming in for you in a way where you feel reborn, where you feel like you couldn't feel that way at all. Maybe you didn't know you could feel this deeply, or maybe you haven't felt this deeply in so long that you're like, whoa, I thought this was gone. I thought I couldn't do this. I also think that this person is someone who has like really transformative qualities to them. I definitely think that if this is someone from your past, and this is a big thing, if this is someone from your past, they are going to be different in the sense that they are not who they were when things ended. So if someone is coming back in and they are doing the same things and, you know, just creating a lot of unnecessary nonsense and drama in your life, it's not that person. I also want to mention that this does not apply for, you know, people in your life that have been abusive towards you. Abuse is not love. Abuse is rooted in power, and that is not what is here. So if you feel like this is a sign of someone that's coming back in that was not good to you, or literally abused you in some sort of way, mental, physical, emotional, sexual, that's not them. Not at all. And in fact, I feel like whoever this is will be showing you illusions around, showing you where you have illusions around your worthiness, around what you deserve. You know, I think one of the really horrible things that abuse does is that it convinces us of things that are just, you know, absolutely horrible, like that we're not deserving of love, or that nobody will ever love us, and that we're not good enough, and that we deserve that. And nobody on this planet deserves abuse, and you certainly don't either. And unfortunately, it is something that we as a human collective are, you know, doing, those of us that are aware of it are doing our best to, you know, grow and heal and help others through that. And I think you're part of that. I think that, you know, if you have been hesitant to opening up your heart again to someone, I think that this will be a beautiful opportunity for you to realize what love actually looks like. You know, love is not mean. Love is not disempowering. Love is not meant to cause you harm. Sure, love can hurt, but someone who genuinely loves you would never abuse you. And I just feel really called to say that, and to just know, if you're healing from that, one book that you might want to check out is Why Does He Do That by Lundy Barncroft. It gives you a really good insight into abusers and why they do what they do, and that could be a healing book for you to read. But like I said, just have to specify there that this is not someone that was toxic or problematic. Well, okay, let's be clear. Toxicity and abuse, like they often go hand in hand, but you can be toxic without being abusive. Does that make sense? So like maybe this person was toxic and problematic, but maybe you both had issues and like things just couldn't work out, right? But you've grown and you've healed and you're both ready to try things from a more aligned perspective and from a more heart-centered perspective. That could be for some of you. No matter what though, whether this is someone coming back into your life or someone new, you're going to have a powerful heart connection with them. There's a lot of love here already. I feel like just between your higher selves, and if you know who this person is and you already have a lot of love for them, I feel like your heart will be confirming who this is, whether a friend or someone else. And if you don't know who this is, but you feel in your heart that they're out there and you can kind of feel your heart like leaping as I'm talking about this, and this is a beautiful sign of confirmation. And I feel like what they're really going to be bringing to you is realizations around where you've had illusions in love, where you've had illusions around what self-love looks like and how you show your self-love. And I also think they are here to go on a journey with you, whatever that is. I feel like you guys are going to be doing life together in some sort of capacity, whether it's as friends, whether it's as lovers, or it's, you know, going on an adventure together. I definitely think that you both are going to be bringing one another the opportunity for new life, the opportunity for rebirth, and the opportunity to head in a direction that you both feel good about. And the beautiful thing here is that we have this Ankh, and I love the symbol of the Ankh. It's a symbol of protection, and it's also a symbol of the unity of masculine and feminine qualities. So you may want to check out my union reading if you've never checked that out. It might be useful for you. But I love that like all of the figures in this card are looking at, I feel like this is Horus maybe. I don't know though, don't quote me on that. They're all looking at this Ankh, and I feel like one thing you need to know is that this situation is protected and you can't mess it up. Like you are safe and everything is going to unfold exactly as it is meant to, and you can trust your heart to show you the steps and show you the truth as it comes. So now we're gonna look at some charms and letters and numbers that I pulled for your group. Every group gets unique ones. So these can be confirmations of that around you, around who this person is, around your connection. So these can be signs, synchronicities, really anything. So and I'll just interpret them as I go. Okay, so we have, let's just do the letters first. We have W, I, O, P. What was this? We have A. Pennsylvania could be significant. Paw. Like I thought of animal paw, but I also just thought of like you know, some people call their grandparents like paw. I used to call my grandpa Pawpaw. R.I.P. Pawpaw. We have the number 4. We have the number 3. So Emperor, Empress energies, the month of March, the month of April. We have another I. So 2 I's are significant here. We have a Q. Ooh, we have 2 J's as well. So this person could have repeating letters, or you could have repeating letters. Did anyone ever watch JJ the Jet Plane when you were little? They're basically like cars, but planes, and it was like a series instead of anything else. This W could also be an M if that fits. We also have L, so the name Lee could be significant, first or last name. We have 2 2s, so 22 could be significant, or just 2 in general. 4 3 2 2. We also have a 5. A 5 here. There's an M. So we have M and W here. You guys got a lot of letters and numbers. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, we have the letter M, and we have another M. So 2 M's, 1 L, 1 W, we have 2 I's and 2 J's. So the name Jim is in here. Will. Pal. Lots there. Okay, let's keep going because I could just look at stuff for forever. I don't know if this nail is supposed to be in here, but we're just gonna roll with it. Nails could be significant. Maybe you have fabulous nails like me, or you have long nails, or maybe this person has long nails or likes getting their nails done. But I'm also hearing the phrase hit the nail on the head and like nailed it. So maybe there are things that you feel intuitively that you have no confirmation for, that the universe is saying, you know, you nailed it. Also, for some reason, I just thought of like the Wall Street Journal. So there could be something about that that's significant, or like Wall Street. Let's see what else. We have the Page of Cups. Ooh, and the color white is a symbol of unity. So love that. Also, in terms of nails, I always like to say the longer the nails, the closer to God. So, and these are pretty long nails. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like a pinky nail. So long journey, long nail. But we also have this Page of Cups. So I do feel like there is a heartfelt, childlike connection here. Maybe you met this person when you were more of a Page of Cups, so maybe you were really naive, but sweet and heartfelt. Maybe you met this person when they embodied a sort of Page of Cups energy that is just like playful, fun. The Page of Cups is the epitome of baby. Like Erin from The Office is very Page of Cups. Ariel from The Little Mermaid is very Page of Cups. Well, you could argue Knight of Cups because she's a teenager. Other Page of Cups, like I'm trying to think of really just like, when you think of them, you just think like baby. The main character from Has Been Hotel, I can't remember her name, but she has those really Page of Cups qualities. You know, the Page of Cups is imaginative, playful, compassionate, fun, silly. It's the least emotionally mature, so maybe there's been a lot of emotional maturation here, but the Page of Cups can also talk about messages, invitations, as well as apologies. So maybe if this person needs to apologize or something like that, or if there needs to be like resolution, I feel like that's a really positive sign. This could also be a sign that you could reconnect or meet one another through communication of some type. I definitely think there is an inner child connection here where like you and this person are going to feel safe to just be silly and playful and fun and open your hearts up to one another. We have this up pin, and I believe it says, is it 5 or 3? 3 for 20, no deals, which is I believe, as I understand it, like a rave reference. The pen itself references Up, so the movie Up could be significant. Obviously, it makes me think of like Carl and Ellie. You know, they went on a long journey together, and later on, you know, Carl went on his own journey. You know, but Up could be significant. Another significant sign with this is that maybe you'll meet this person at a rave, or maybe raves are significant in some way. I definitely think, oh, I'm thinking of the dog from Up. What was his name? Doug? Maybe the name Doug is significant. But balloons could be significant, and I don't know, maybe there's a sign in Up for you that you need to see. We have another letter. Ooh, we have another me. I definitely think self-love is a big, plays a big role in this, but also Emma could be significant. Let's see. Okay, we also have this little clear charm. So I do think clarity is coming in this situation. Like I feel like if there are questions that you still have, you're definitely being encouraged to trust in your heart what feels right, and trust that the clarity is coming when you are meant to have it. We also have the gumball machine. So I feel like, number one, this is a sign that blessings are coming to you no matter what, and whatever work that you put in to love yourself, to be closer to yourself, is a beautiful sign that that you're bringing in this situation sooner. I also think, though, that Spirit is wanting you to know that there's lots of blessings on this journey, not only with this person, but on your own. Like, you know, think about the blessings that you've experienced just to get here. I feel like Spirit is saying there are even more blessings. And I'm also, you know, just hearing guidance around, you know, the nature of abundance, and, you know, the more love we give, the more love we receive. So I feel like the universe is really encouraging you to be giving, obviously not to the detriment of yourself, but when you feel called to, don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to, you know, give people a kind ear. But, you know, the gumball machine doesn't spit out gumballs without a quarter, right? So I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, the more love you give, the more love you'll receive, and to not be afraid to share what's in your heart. Gumball machines in general could be significant. It seems like rainbow colors or rainbow like circles is significant, because we have two different like forms of that in balls and balloons. Balls. That's what she said. Okay, we also have the sun, moon, and star charm. So this to me is always a sign of like something being written in the stars, something being destined. So I do think that this person is destined to enter your life or re-enter your life. They're a destined for part of your journey. And, you know, your and their fates are tied together. Let's see. Okay, we also have the Alice in Wonderland pin. So the name Alice could be significant. You know, when I think about Alice in Wonderland, I, you know, just think about going to a world where nothing is what it seems, and everything, logic is completely turned on its head. But I feel like, you know, the powerful thing about that is I feel like in a lot of ways, you're kind of going through this similar journey with Alice, in the sense that like, what you are learning about the world is that it's a lot different than what you were taught. You know, the illusions that you were taught about the world, you know, you're not going to Wonderland in the sense of, well, I'm hearing that song, like your body is a wonderland. Oh my God, you might be getting into some spicy stuff. But that's none of my business. Is that John Mayer? I don't know. I don't really listen to songs like that with peace and love. Not because they're bad. They're just, I like music that has the energy of Donnie from the Wild Thornberries. Anything slower than that, and it usually doesn't keep my attention. But anyway, this Alice in Wonderland charm could be speaking to the fact that this person is going to come in and they're going to really help you see through illusions and realize like things are not only what they seem, but the power that you hold is much more than you thought. You know, I also think about Alice on her journey to becoming a queen. So I feel like this is also a journey for you and for your person to finding your own divinity, whether you've already been doing that separately, and you're coming together as that, or that you're coming together and helping one another discover your divinity. We also have this octopus. So I'm hearing the documentary My Octopus Teacher, which I've never seen. I probably should. I once did a past life regression where I was an octopus, and it was really sad but really cool. Octopuses are really cool. So the octopus could be a significant animal, but the octopus could also talk about the fact that if this person is coming back into your life, it could be because the both of you have healthy enough boundaries to navigate difficulties now. It could also be a sign as well that this person is really intelligent or very adaptable. I definitely think that this connection will require adaptability and a bit of intelligence. You know, an octopus can, I don't know if all can, but some certainly can change color. They're also very intelligent. They need stimulation, and they also, you know, are excellent escape artists. So I think as well, if you ever feel trapped in a certain circumstance, I feel like this is a sign that you never are, and you have more, maybe sometimes you might resonate with this. Well, I hope you do. That's hopefully why you're here. Your intelligence might get you into trouble at times. If you try to analyze things, or if you try to look at things from a logical perspective, you know how you can be so smart that you're dumb? I kind of feel that vibe a little bit sometimes when it comes to love with you, and maybe with this person, where you guys really have to get out of your heads and stop trying to understand this from a logical perspective, or from, you know, the most intelligent perspective, and just feel into what's real. I also think that this is just a beautiful sign. I feel like you both are really unique and really weird, and you will find mutual camaraderie in that. Oh my God, I'm thinking of from The Simpsons, Kang and Kodos. Obviously they're evil, but like, you know, they're evil together and they've got their own thing going on. So, you know, maybe they're the king to your Kodos and you guys are just, rather than trying to dominate Earth, well, I mean, you could be. It's none of my business. I'm just hearing one of them say Bill Clinton a lot. Yeah, watch The Simpsons, like the early seasons. They're good. Kang and Kodos are so funny. I know they're in the, this is really revealing. They're in episode 1 of season 8 of The Simpsons. It's a Treehouse of Horror episode. It's actually the first episode of The Simpsons I ever watched, so I was really confused by it until I started watching more episodes. But The Simpsons season like 3 to, if you want to push it, 11 or 12, I think are the, really like 3 to 9-ish, 10 are the best seasons. 11 and 12 have some hitters, and after that I don't know who that Simpsons is. I don't know her. We only focus on the golden years. But anyway, we've got 2 more little fortunes here. You will overcome certain challenges in life, and you have the numbers 2, 8, 18, 23, 43, and 54. So mirrored number. Ooh, 43 twice. So that could be a very significant number. And we also have your dreams can only come true once you wake up. 1, 19, 33, 53, 55, 59. So, for example, if this is a connection, you might want to check out pile 1. There might be messages for you in pile 1 for some of you. But more than anything, this connection is really saying, like, I feel like this person is here to help wake up your heart space, and for you to do the same and help one another on your journeys to, you know, on your human journeys. You are helping one another follow those paths and be aligned with your highest goods. So those are your charms. You had a lot. Thank you for being patient. I was also very chatty with you, so I apologize for being rambly for some of you that maybe don't enjoy that, but you just made me feel really comfortable, and I just wanted to talk to you. But yeah, if you want to screenshot those are your charms. But we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot now. So I'm using the Empyrean Tarot, which you will understand why I'm using this deck in a second. It is a very fun deck. I enjoy it a lot. But while I'm shuffling, if you're enjoying this reading, if you could leave me a little like, that would be so helpful. Thank you to those of you who already do. I love you guys so much, and I just want you to know, like, I'm just so grateful that you're here. And you know, if you want to support me and just show gratitude, some of the easiest ways to do that are to like the video and to let the ads play while you do something else. I'm not a monster. I don't expect you to watch them. But you know, just doing something else and letting them play helps me so much. But yeah, those are small ways to support. So thank you to everyone who does that. But I also wanted to mention that this reading is so beautiful. And I feel very excited for you. And I feel very excited in my heart for whatever is meant to happen for you. And I feel like more love and more life is just trying to reach you. And I think that not only is it going to, but whoever this is, they are going to be a helpful part of facilitating that process. So we're going to start by looking at why this person is coming in. So Spirit, why is this person coming into pile 2's life, please? Ooh. We have the Knight of Swords. So they've got something to say. They're coming in to let you know something that they need to say. But also with this Knight of Swords, like, they're coming in fast. They're also coming in to discover truths. You know, the Knight of Swords is concerned about the truth, is concerned about clarity. And why they are coming in is, one, to help you shift your mindset. But also, like, if you already know who this person is, they're coming in because they've got things that they need to get off their chest. Like, they've got things they need to tell you. And I would wonder if they have been wanting to tell you these things for a while, but they just haven't had the courage or the confidence to. Another reason why they could be coming in is, like, you could be reaching out to them, or they could find your social media. Maybe they meet you through social media, or they find you through social media and want to reach out to you. Another reason why they could be coming in is because you have similar ideas, or the both of you are just ready. There definitely seems to be like an intellectual connection here, where the both of you will have really good rapport. I also think that this situation is coming in like, the Knight of Swords is an interesting why. I feel like one reason why this person could be coming in is because you're ready. It could also be because you've manifested this situation and the situation is finally grounding. It could also be because the universe is ready to cut through some illusions and bring you the truth, which is that love has never left you. You never were undeserving of love. Love is always here for you. But also it could be because you've grown beyond certain mindsets that were holding you back in love. But also, you know, just thinking about this less as the Knight of Swords and more literally as the terms Conqueror of Daggers, this person could be coming in because you're no longer afraid of being wounded, no longer afraid of being hurt. And maybe if you're still afraid of it, you know that even if it happens, you can handle it. I also feel like this is on a more figurative level. You're conquering your mindset. You know, if you've been doing a lot to get out of your head and into your heart, if you've been working really hard to try to center yourself and just look at things differently, if you've been telling yourself, you know, I'm worthy of love, I know that love is out there for me, I know I'm worthy of a best friend, I know I'm worthy of a counterpart, I know I'm worthy of this, like I feel like the universe could be mirroring that, and quite quickly. I also think, though, that this person could be coming in, maybe you haven't had these issues, but maybe this person has had issues of loving themselves, of believing they're worthy of love, of being willing to open themselves up to love. And the reason they're coming in is because they're ready to face that now. They're putting their sword down and they're ready to move forward. You know, it's interesting that in this Knight of Swords, it looks like there's a dog. And so I feel like this person is coming in because they're choosing to be loyal to their heart rather than to whatever they thought their truth was. I also think that they could be coming in because it's time. It's time. This made me think of like, if anyone was around on classic YouTube back in the day, there was a Niga Higa skit. Like he was a pretty big, the creator's name is Ryan Higa, and he had a channel called Niga Higa, and he made a lot of just funny parody videos. And I remember he made a Twilight one, and I could just see him pretending to be Alice, you know, when she's throwing the baseball during the thunderstorm and she's like, it's time. Maybe it wasn't him that was playing Alice though. It was so long ago, I can't remember, but it's a really silly video. He used to have all those funny skits. But anyway, that is a blast from the past. Okay, so now I want to see how will they enter / return. How will this person enter / return? We have the Queen of Swords. So this person could enter / return because you reach out to them. But also it could be that they reach out to you. I feel like no matter what is happening here, you're either meeting them for the first time in a setting that is more intellectually based. Like you could be meeting them in an academic setting, you could be meeting them in a conference setting, in a work setting, in a training setting. You could also be just hearing from them. You could feel called to reach out to them. They could feel called to reach out to you. But actually, I think this is less about how in terms of action and more about what energy will bring them in the quickest. And you know, the interesting thing is that the heart chakra actually resonates with the element of air. So it seems like, let me just read what the Queen of Swords says, the Sovereign of Daggers. This is the guidebook. This is awesome. You know, anything from the Threads of Fate is awesome. So let's just look at this and, you know, whatever resonates with you, because I could sit here and just like say what I feel, but I feel like this could be really helpful. So this person will come in when you're embodying these energies: strength, objectiveness, independence and discernment, mental expansion. You'll have boundaries, honesty, and wisdom. Be respecting yourself, have clear goals. Let's see, is there any other description? Yeah. The Sovereign of Daggers has an incredibly keen intellect. They are sharp, balanced, and a seeker of truth. This card indicates a period of mental expansion where we might be feeling more empowered and confident in our thoughts and mental prowess. This card is super powerful because it invites us to step into our strength more. It's letting us know how capable we are and how strong we are. Now we must embody it in a new way. I think of this card when we're doing work for a long time and one morning we wake up feeling different. We no longer have to push ourselves to stand up for ourselves. We no longer being timid or fearful around being assertive. We say what we think or feel without fear. Sometimes we may not feel like this is possible for us. It may be a time when we're really struggling and doubting ourselves, and the Sovereign of Daggers may show up to let us know that we have the ability to cut through some of the mental chatter. If it's something you feel hesitant about embodying, can you think of anyone who does this with ease? How does it feel when you watch them engage in this way? What aspects make you uncomfortable? Do you think you can align with that energy in your body and attempt to step into it more? This card also has a lot of discernment. Not everyone has access to the Sovereign of Daggers. This is because they've worked very hard to get where they are. They realize how valuable their time and energy is. They are intent on inviting people who are aligned with the same things they are. In other words, no one is dragging the Sovereign down. The Sovereign asks us to take ourselves seriously in this way. It implores us to truly value ourselves and make sure the external in our life reflects that. So this person, the more that you do to not only be sovereign in yourself and know what you want and not take actions that mismatch that, the faster this person is going to come in. The more detached you are from how this happens and when, the more you trust yourself to make decisions, and the more you honor your truth in a way where you know you can be honest, even if that disappoints others, even if that means, you know, opening yourself up. That's what's bringing this person in. And for some of you, it could be the willingness to have a heart-to-heart from a balanced place. You know, if this is someone you already know, you might initiate that. Maybe not until you're ready, but you might. They might. You could also meet through a Queen of Swords type. So this could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but you could meet someone through like a person that embodies these qualities, or reunite through a person that embodies these qualities. But I think more than anything, this is speaking to, they will come in by embodying this energy, by being discerning, by being ready to trust what your heart says and be willing to cut out and say no to the things that aren't for you. So for example, if you're really wanting like the most loving type of relationship there is, but you know, you spend a lot of time holding on to situationships that aren't serving you, or you know, you have like, you're talking to multiple people, or talking to people, or you know, spending time with people that you know you don't see a future with, but you're like afraid that if you let them go, you won't have anything else. Like, you know, coming to a realization around where you truly stand with that. This is all about looking at where you're at and being honest with yourself about what actions are contributing to bringing what you want in and what actions are keeping you stuck in the same place. I also think they will come in when you're not focused on them, which is a bit of an oxymoron. Is it? I don't think that is. I think an oxymoron is like a hot freezer or a wet desert. I don't know. I don't even think those are. I bet there's English teachers right now just like vomiting from what I'm saying. I apologize. But with the Sovereign of Daggers, I feel like they are coming in either when you're least expecting it and your back is turned, or you're very centered and focused on you and on what is important to you, and you're not letting your worries get in the way. Like, even if you have those fears, even if you have those destructive thoughts, you're not letting them run the show and you're not taking action based on them. So an example of that would be, let's say you're at work and your boss needs a volunteer to do a presentation. You know that that would be a great opportunity for you to show your strengths and step up and be shown as a leader, but you're like, oh, but what if I mess up? What if I look stupid? What if I make a mistake? You know, the fearful part of you would choose to stay quiet. The part of you that's not aligned would say, no, let's not do it. Let's not risk it. Whereas the other part of you would say, no, let's do it. I know I can do it. I feel called to. I can step up and I can learn and show my skills from this. It's like the belief in yourself enough to take risks and be discerning. Now, you know, maybe if you know it's not for you, then it would be the self-honoring thing to not do it. But I feel like in this case, you know, the things that were talked about in the book, and also what I'm saying, I feel like they're all pointing to the state of being that you're meant to be in when this person comes in or comes back in, or the state of being that you'll be in when you're inspired to reach out to this person if you want to, or the state of being that you'll be in that will attract them to you in some way. And like I said, for some of you, you could meet them through a person like this, but the fact that we're going from the Knight to the Queen makes me feel like you are evolving from one stage of mental awareness to another, and that is allowing you to release your grip on certain energies, on certain belief systems, on certain fears, and that is making you more open to expansive possibilities and creating more space and more opportunities for you to create more space that then allow this person to come in. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, communication is big here. So they could come in, like if you already know them, I wouldn't be shocked if they reach out to you or you feel called to reach out to them. I don't really think it matters who does it. It's more so about if it feels right. You know, don't force something if you don't feel ready for it, if it doesn't feel like the right time. But also, you know, if you've tried to and this person hasn't been reciprocal, then you probably know, like, I can't be the one to do this. I have to just be focused on myself. And if they're meant to come in, they will. And same with if you don't know this person yet, like knowing that they're out there and trusting that and making decisions that are preparing for their arrival, that are preparing for this, you know, act as if they're already here. So, you know, if they knocked on your door right now, would you be ready to receive them, or would you be horrified at the state of your house, or, you know, realize, oh, there's things I got to do first? I feel like there is a call here to look at where you feel you're still out of alignment with yourself, or where you feel you may be vulnerable, and that's where you want to do inner work. So, you know, if you feel vulnerabilities around supporting your heart, you know, doing inner work around how can I get in touch with my heart more? How can I feel safe in that way? Like, how can I let my heart know it's safe, and how can I protect myself? Like, those are concepts that feeling secure in may be beneficial to you. So if not facilitated through a person, I definitely think how you will meet them is when you're embodying this energy or have learned these lessons, which is really kick-ass. And honestly, I love this for you. So how will Pile 2 know that the person coming in is them? How will they know this is the person? Yeah, the Lovers. You will resonate with each other in a way that you just feel like kindred spirits. You'll love them. You'll feel it in your heart. How will you know that this is the person we're talking about? You'll feel it. And the thing is that you will have a healthy enough mindset so that you don't get lost in it. You know, one thing that the octopus talks about in this deck, there's an octopus card, and it talks about having messy boundaries. The Queen of Swords doesn't have messy boundaries. The Queen of Swords knows how to say no. The Queen of Swords knows that no is a complete sentence and that she doesn't have to feel bad about that. You'll know it's them because you'll feel it. You know, the Lovers is all about the union of opposites. It's also about choosing love, you know, choosing your heart. It's also about like the divine aspects of it. It's about two things becoming one. You will feel this desire to merge. You will feel this kindredness. And for some of you, you already know who that is. And for others, you haven't met them yet. And once you do, you will realize why nothing else worked out. Or, you know, if you have been unable to move on from this person, you will realize why. Like, you will know it's them, because if you've already met them, there's never been anyone else that's been able to even impact or affect you in the way that this connection has. And if you haven't met them, you'll know it's them, because you'll feel a depth you didn't know existed before. And I think a big thing here is that I do feel like there is some element of the universe and divine guidance at play here. So how this person comes in, because like that's a big thing here. I feel like how this person comes in is going to be unique for all of you. But what's more important is that you're in this Queen of Swords energy where you're staying like grounded and staying centered in a way where you know your truth and you're not attached to things. You're not trying to figure things out, but also like you're not diving headfirst into the emotional body in a way where your mind is getting lost. And maybe that was something that was a problem in the past. I definitely think, though, that the more rational and I know this sounds kind of confusing. I feel like I'm giving you confusing, contradictory information, but like, hello, that is what the universe does. I feel like this is more about your vibe. The more you can be detached, objective about this situation, about them coming in and just knowing like, I'll know when I know. You know, my parents have been married for over 30 years and I think they really fit this Lovers card. Actually, I put their information in the Pattern app. You can like look at relationships and they got soulmate, which I just think is so cute. I'm pretty sure like that one's really rare. I've never seen it come up otherwise. And you know, they are still, I think they are more like, they've only gotten closer over those 30 years. And the one thing they always tell me is that when you know, you know. So, you know, when you know, trust it. Don't allow yourself to push that away. You'll know. So let's go ahead and finish this reading off with some guidance for you. So to start, we have Piper and the Ghosties. Stand up for what you believe in and never let others steal your joy. Yeah, I feel like this Queen of Swords is kind of that energy a little bit. Like, you know, if you believe in love, if you believe in sharing that, like that's something that's important. If you believe that there is more to a situation or that, you know, that your person is out there, stand up for that and don't let other people's illusions or other people's fears around love get in your way. This Piper is giving me Pippi Longstocking energy. I should watch that movie. You should watch that movie. There might be messages in there for you. I haven't seen that movie in ages, but Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world. A freckle-faced redhead girl you ought to know. Oh, I love Pippi Longstocking. Anyway, we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So yeah, and full moons are all about release too. So this is a release of the past. This is a release of what has been. And this is a beautiful coming together, you know. This is coming into balance, and it seems like full moons are significant. So maybe this person will come in on a full moon, or a full moon will be, maybe this person will see your full moon. Anyway, what else? We have surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in life. Yeah, so if you have resentment towards the person you feel is coming back in, that might be something that's making it harder to let them back in. So forgiveness work could be important. But also, if you don't know who this person is, but you feel timid and afraid of letting love in any way, Spirit could be saying that these resentments that you're holding on to could be holding you back from being open to this person. So that could be a big thing here. And I think the biggest thing is Spirit is saying like, hey, things are going to be looking up for you. Don't you worry. The scales are balancing. And finally, we have seeing clearly. It's time to view things from a different perspective. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. Don't worry. The pause in momentum while you rethink your plan won't last. Embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you. So yeah, I feel like there is an element of surrender here and trusting, and also just knowing that you will be seeing clearly, and everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to, and you really don't have to worry. I'm hearing Bob Marley in my head like 3 little birds. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't you worry. And the Queen of Swords, she trusts that. Not that you have to be a she or a queen. You can be a king. But this Sovereign of Swords is trusting in their truth and can handle anything, and I know you can handle whatever comes your way. The situation is protected. It's going to unfold in the perfect time and in the perfect way. Affirm that for yourself and trust that whatever work you do now, between now and when this person comes in, is only going to aid you in being open to your heart space and receptive to them. So pile 2, that's where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. And like I said earlier, thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to support me. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, like I said earlier, you can like, comment, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe, click that little bell notification to be notified whenever you upload a new reading. Shout out to my notification squad. I love you guys. You can check out my merch. You can check out my candles. Be sure to use code ASO10 for 10% off. You can check out other videos. You may want to check out my union reading if you haven't checked that one out. That could be really helpful for you. But that is all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the clear quartz Icosahedron and the Archangel Metatron Oracle, this is going to be a reading on who is coming into your life and what are they bringing. So if you want a full breakdown of the intro, or a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro. So we're going to start by looking at who is coming into your life and what they are bringing. So to start, we have Fire, Dragons, Strength. And you guys actually got 2 of these cards. And for that, we have Oyster and Rabbit. And then in terms of what they are bringing, we have Love, Relationships, and Harmony. And we have Strength. Wow, okay. Number 1, I just want to say, it seems like there is a theme in the collective all around healing and healing of the heart space and like opening up to more loving energies. And I just love to see it. And I just also wanted to mention that if you felt drawn to any of the earlier piles, there might be messages there for you. The running theme seems to be like similar vibes, different semantics, different energies. So just letting you know. Now, in terms of who this is, couple of different scenarios. So as I'm listing things off, the way you will be able to know which messages are for you, which whos are for you, you'll feel it in your heart. I feel that very strongly. So number 1, for everyone, an increased presence of Archangel Metatron is coming into your life, or really is already here. The fact that you picked their oracle, and they're coming through in this Fire card. This card talks about being one of the most powerful allies in the deck, and it is a source of strength that helps purify you from, just lower vibrational energy. I hate saying those words out loud because they sound cringy, but they are accurate. Like they do change what you vibe at, but that doesn't mean it's like bad. It's just a thing. It just is. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like for all of you here, Archangel Metatron is having an increased presence in your life and helping you gain strength in lots of different ways. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship with someone where you might be going through a rough patch with them, or you both have kind of been walking on eggshells around each other, or it just kind of seems like you know, there's some real things you both need to talk about, and you have been afraid to do so. I do feel like Archangel Metatron's presence is coming in to help the both of you face your fears around connecting more deeply, fears around conflict, and fears around having maybe difficult conversations, or even fears about sharing your feelings. So maybe this isn't someone that you're in a relationship with yet, but I would say if there is a person coming in, they are likely withdrawn and shy around you, even if they're typically outgoing or gregarious around other people. It seems like around you there is this element of being withdrawn and shy. I also think as well, though, this could also resonate not as a person coming in, but as, like I said earlier, Archangel Metatron coming in to help you with blocked energies around being afraid to share more of yourself, being afraid to take action. You know, the rabbit card talks about being frozen in fear, being overwhelmed, but the rabbit is also a really great listener. The rabbit is very creative, and I think one of the biggest things is that the rabbit's creative mind can create very scary scenarios that make it very hard to do anything. If you resonate with dealing with like analysis paralysis or just being stuck in fear, if you aren't experiencing that energy, I think someone coming in maybe. But with the oyster card too, if this is a person that isn't you, I definitely think that there are things they've been withholding from you, and you'd probably resonate with the same in terms of just sharing themselves, sharing their inner treasures. You know, the oyster typically has a pearl, if well, not typically. It gets one if, you know, sand or an irritant gets inside. And oh, okay, yeah, so I could definitely see for some of you, you know, and this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but, you know, just someone that you love and care about, where you guys are kind of in an awkward position, or like you need to talk about things. Archangel Metatron could be coming in to assist you both with having those difficult conversations, so that you can get back to a more harmonious wavelength with each other. Now, if you don't resonate with being frozen in fear, or really holding back with your voice or your gifts or your talents or what you want to share with the world, then I think that you are attracting people that need your light. So this rabbit and oyster could represent people that are coming into your life to assist you in assisting them and yourself, because what they're bringing you is the ability to stand strong in energies of fear, in energies of insecurity, in energies of you know, like overwhelming anxiousness or reservations. And I feel like you are helping them see that they don't have to be bound to these energies, and they're showing you that you can be with these energies, hold space for these energies without taking them on and letting them drag you down as well. So if you've been working really hard on your energy and protecting it, I definitely think the universe is bringing, and I don't even think it's the universe actually, I think it's just a natural side effect of doing healing work, is when we do healing work on ourselves, we attract lots of different people, and just, you know, people are attracted to that light. And so I would imagine you might be bringing in multiple people that maybe mirror old fears or insecurities you've had, or energies you've already experienced. So you'll be able to be like, okay, I know what that is, I know what that feels like, but you're bringing in this support. An Archangel Metatron is assisting you with that. So if you ever do feel yourself like getting dragged down by energies of fear or negativity, I definitely think calling on Archangel Metatron and their orange flame could be really useful. You know, if we think about like the violet flame of Saint Germain, Metatron, I'll just read it. I'll just read from, this is the oracle that we're using. It's a really cool one. I really like it. And truthfully, I wasn't expecting a message so beautiful, but one of the most powerful allies in the deck, the Metatron Fire Dragon, roars into your life, giving you strength, courage, and fortification. This dragon is here to burn away and transmute any lower energies that have been around you. Toxic people, neediness, negativity, fear, anger. You are reminded that as a light worker, there is no need to protect and purify your energy. That there is a need to protect and purify your energy at all times so that you don't become depleted or susceptible to darker energies that may see your light and try to bring you down. You have nothing to fear. The fire dragon is here to safeguard you, your home, and those you love. Call on him whenever you need him. He flies before you with a mighty wingspan and piercing eyes, able to clear your path and remove any dangers. And he is able to see all from his skyline position, including that which is behind you. The pyramid contains Metatron's orange flame, and this is here for you anytime you feel an attack on your power base or divine self. The tetrahedron is the shape of the pyramid links to your solar plexus, and the dragon brings you powerful energy toward you to lift away any fear or negativity that sits in your core trying to make you feel small. Whether this is your own doing or someone else's attack on your confidence, he is here now to remind you that you are powerful beyond measure. His raw strength mirrors your own, which is why he often flies in when you are facing real difficulty, telling you to dig deep and see beyond the immediate problems, transmute all that is no longer needed in the fire that he carries around him. His fire won't burn you. It will provide heat and courage to keep you going through times of adversity and positivity. He also reminds you of the need to have fire in your belly, to speak up, to be heard, to stand up for what you believe. Maybe there has been an injustice around you, or you have strong, passionate views that others need to hear. He asks you not to be afraid to fight for what you know is right and fair. There are times, both in the collective and in our individual lives, when this is necessary. Leave no space for being walked over, disregarded, or ignored. Instead, call on your spiritual might and insight to tackle what needs facing with love, strength, and conviction. The dragon will stay for as long as he is needed, until any challenge is won. He fights for the light, understanding that darkness exists, but knows that he is equipped with everything needed for anything he may meet. And he will win and have your best interests at heart always. One of nature's correctors and balancers. Call on his fire to help you today. So yeah, that is something that you can call upon. But also, let's talk about another literal interpretation. This could be someone coming in that you have feelings for and they have feelings for you, who is maybe receiving courage and strength as well from Archangel Metatron, and they are maybe coming forward to share with you or facing their fears and just spending more time with you in general, which is leading to more harmony. But I also think as well, if you resonate with kind of being dragged down by negative energies, whether within yourself or around you, I definitely think Archangel Metatron's influence is bringing in a lot of just support and healing around setting proper boundaries for yourself, and also just learning how to honor yourself and also be in harmony with your environment around you, and not let your environment suck from you, but rather, be kind of a counterbalance for the negativity in your environment, where, you can recognize it around you and see it for what it is, but not accept it in your energy and not accept it as part of yourself. That takes real strength, and it takes, a lot of courage to be open and vulnerable, even when, we don't know what the outcome will be or what might happen. So if this is a person that you have romantic feelings for, I feel like they at least have romantic feelings for you that they are very afraid of sharing with you. And so I think what they are bringing to your life, or maybe it's vice versa, maybe you're afraid of them, maybe it's both. Both could be the case. And it seems like there's a healing influence coming in to help the both of you be more open and vulnerable and share with each other and just embrace more love. If this is a person you haven't met yet and it's a romantic situation or like a friend situation where, like platonic soulmate type situation, this person could really mirror a lot of the similar fears that you have. So this person could be someone where you see them and you're like, oh, wow, I deal with that in the exact same way. Or, oh, wow, like I have that issue too. And you both are kind of here to help one another be each other's source of strength, and also help one another be more loving towards yourselves. And that will allow you to be more loving towards others. But this can also, like, one of the most literal interpretations that I can think of is, someone that has a lot of feelings for you but hasn't had the courage to talk about it, or hasn't had the courage to share it, or maybe hasn't felt worthy of you, or maybe they felt like they're not strong enough to be in connection with you. And I think that what they are bringing you, and what Metatron is bringing you, is the opportunity to hold space for that and not take that personally, but also be open and recognize where maybe you've been holding back and you've been afraid to share more. More than anything, for all of you, Archangel Metatron and this beautiful dragon energy is coming in to just empower you in ways where you can be more authentic, be more of yourself, and share more of yourself with the world, no matter what the world is sharing back with you. This is also an energy of you having the strength and courage to share your desires with people, to share what you want, to be honest about your needs, to be honest about what is working and what isn't, to be honest about, you know, how are you not letting people in? How are you out of harmony with your own life? This is really grounding you in your own body in a way where you feel safe enough to connect with others and just feel more love in general, you know, for the world around you, for the plight of humanity, for the foibles that humans deal with. And I think that this influences whoever this is. If it is a person, I definitely think that there could be a lot of feelings here, and there's a lot of fear in facing those feelings, but I feel like Metatron is helping them. But also, I wouldn't be shocked if you kind of have similar fears as well, and so this could be kind of a dual thing happening. So to summarize, who is coming? Divinity is coming. I can tell you that. Love is coming and strength is coming, and it's coming in the form of the angelic being Archangel Metatron, and other forms in which it can come is through people embodying lower energies that, you know, maybe have thwarted your ability to stay centered in love or stay centered in your truth in the past. This could be in the form of a partner that is already in your life that you want to connect with more deeply, or a friend in your life, or just a person you love and care about that you want to connect with more deeply and strengthen that connection. It can also be, you know, someone who is afraid to come in, but is gaining the strength to, and really has things they want to share with you, and they've been holding back because they've been frozen in fear. But no matter whatever your who is, you'll have to trust your heart on that. And might I mention, if there is an interpretation that you have that I didn't say that resonates for you, please take that. You know your life better than I do. Don't give more agency to a pair of talking hands on the internet than your own intuition. But what they are bringing you is deeper harmony with love in general, deeper harmony with loving relationships, and having the strength to stay in a loving frequency and stay in a loving vibration, even when, you know, you are surrounded by fear, or you're surrounded by negativity, or, you know, you feel drained. I'll give you a personal story. A couple years ago, I was doing readings in person, personal readings, and someone came to see me, and I was, you know, just asking them like, oh, you know, what do you want to know about? What do you want to read about? And they started going into this really, really long spiel about, you know, how they didn't have any friends and nothing is working out for them. And it was very long, and none of it was telling me what they wanted to know about. But as they were talking to me, I was kind of like thinking like, okay, like, how can we frame this? How can we be helpful? And as I was listening to them, I just felt myself, like my energy being depleted. And I remember a voice coming into my head and being like, they're draining you. Set your boundaries, say no. And just the conscious awareness that my energy was being drained gave me the awareness to just say no and cut it off and push it out. Literally, just like, one of the most powerful things you can do is ask yourself, is this feeling mine? Or just the awareness of like something is happening that's taking from you, or that feels really draining to you. that conscious awareness and the willingness to say, no, that's not mine. I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to hold on to that. And then also just lovingly, you know, doing whatever you can to recenter yourself, and set those like shields. Like you can picture yourself in a ball of white light and seal that in with gold or crystal or something like that. There's lots of different things that you can do, but I imagine if you pick this pile, if you don't have the awareness to protect your energy yet, Metatron will guide you and show you the best way to do that. I imagine a lot of you already do. So let's go ahead now and look at your letters and charms to just get further confirmation of who might be coming in, what this is all about. Okay, shoo. We'll do letters first. We have 2 X's. We have an H, an N, an E. Hens could be significant. We have a 1. We have a 3. Did we already say that X? We have an H, C. If you've been worried about hexes affecting your relationships, I feel like Archangel Metatron is saying that they're clearing that. But just a little bit of advice: the best form of spiritual protection is to be doing your own inner work, to have goodwill towards yourself and others, to be kind and not focus on that stuff, because like that stuff is like those aren't your lessons to learn. Whoever is doing that, like they're conjuring their own lessons, and that's on them. Okay, so 333 could be a significant number. I actually want to look and see what 333 says in this book that I have. It's called the 1111 Oracle. Let's see. It obviously goes all the way to 1111, but I want to see what 333 says. You are connecting with a loving group of high-level spiritual guides who will help you fulfill your life path as you confidently tune into your heart and feel for their wisdom. I told you to listen to your heart. I love when I'm right. Anyway, yeah, so I definitely think that not only may people be coming into your life, but there are also spiritual beings that are coming in. Anyway, did we put that O there? We've got another 0 and a 7 and another O, it looks like. So like I saw a bunch of states like California, Colorado, New Hampshire. It makes me think of like Tiffany and Co. You could be number 1. But I'll let you guys just kind of determine what that means for you. I'm sure you know better. But we have I carry your heart with me. So I definitely think that this is a beautiful confirmation for those of you where, you know, you have someone in your heart and you know that you love them, they love you. Whether you've met them yet or not, maybe this is someone new coming in, or, you know, if you've been at a distance from someone, I feel like this is a sign that you're in their heart and they're in yours. And I feel like that's a bigger reason why you should trust your heart about this, because like, for example, maybe some of you know that there's someone out there that you're meant to meet, but you haven't met them yet. And maybe, you know, the action that you're being guided to take in order to meet them is really daunting and overwhelming to you. So you feel stuck. So an example of this might be Archangel Metatron is coming in to help you so that you can take the action necessary to meet this person. Or if you know who this person is, I feel like this is a beautiful sign that, you know, they're carrying your heart with them and vice versa. Like that goes both ways. And that, you know, there's a lot of strength in this connection, and whatever you've been through in the past, I feel like is something that you both are healing, which is really beautiful. We also have it is what it is. So I definitely think that one aspect of this person is they could help you deal with more acceptance, or it could be that you will know when Metatron's influence is working with you, or you will know when this is coming, when this energy is coming in. because you will feel this like peace and acceptance of like, oh, it is what it is, like I can't change it. And also I think that there will be acceptance of other people suffering, in the sense that it doesn't mean it's not painful to not see other people suffer. It doesn't mean it's not hard to watch people struggle, but just having the compassionate awareness that, you know, we all have our challenges and we all deserve the freedom to work through them in our own ways. And you know, truths can coexist. We can hold space for the suffering of others whilst also refusing to engage in things that allow us to drown in the suffering of others. That's why I basically have been not very active on social media for a really long time. I just like have cut it out because I was drowning in it, like literally. And so that might be one thing you might want to try doing, for example, or just at the very least setting better boundaries with it. Because it doesn't, yes, it shows a lot of the horrible things happening, but it also doesn't show a lot of the beautiful things happening. And there's a lot of beauty just right outside your window, right outside your front door, that you may not even notice because you've got your head in your phone, you know? A pretty little butterfly sitting down on a flower, or, you know, a dog really happy to be on a walk. Like, there are just small things that can be really beautiful and that can help you see how love is reaching you in all sorts of different places. XOXO could be significant. Or a gossip girl, I guess. If you're dealing with a gossip girl of some kind, you know, maybe this is a sign that that is being cleared and dealt with. But we also have this bear here, so bears could be a significant animal. It could also be that you and this person have a childlike connection, in the sense where you feel like you can be, you know, your silliest, most free, goofy selves with each other. This could also just be a sign that this person will be a source of comfort, or that you are a source of comfort, and the healing work that you've been doing is a source of comfort, and it's helping melt the ice that exists between you and this person, or melt the ice that exists between you and realizing the parts of self that are blocked from expressing. We also have, we have the perfect match. So I definitely think if you haven't met this person yet, like, to trust Metatron and his wisdom, because he is bringing the perfect person or the perfect match for you. I feel like if you're already in a relationship, this is a beautiful sign that, you know, these challenges that you're going through are not a sign that this is the wrong person. I also think that if you haven't met the right person yet, or if you feel like things just haven't been working out in your love life, I feel like the universe is saying, we're giving you the perfect match. So if you have been unsatisfied in things, or things just haven't seemed to work out, or haven't seemed to work out yet, I feel like there is this call for you to trust and have faith in what you know in your heart to be true, and remain unattached to how that happens or how it unfolds, and just trust that the universe is guiding you there. You know, it wouldn't plant those seeds in your heart if they weren't there for a reason. But I also think that whoever this person is, whether it's you with yourself, you with Metatron, or you with another, you and them are a perfect match in terms of becoming more harmonious with yourselves, with your environment, with healing, with loving, with just sharing life together. I feel like you might light each other up and really feed each other's fires. So I definitely think that there is a lot of fiery energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Virgo energy here, so they could be a Virgo, or Virgo season could be important. So practical, this person could be practical, or the way that spirit is working in your life is very practical in nature. We also have a frog here. So I always see frogs as a symbol of healing, but I'm also thinking of the phrase, you know, you gotta kiss a lot of frogs to find a princess. So this could be a sign that you've done that, and you've done the healing work and the growth required. Maybe I will say, if this is someone that you know and you feel you're meant to come into a relationship with, if they come back the same way they've always been, if they're embodying the same energies and doing the same things, I don't think this is them, at least not right now. You will know in your heart who this is. and if there is a who outside of Metatron and the aspects of self that you're working through. Because I definitely think no matter what, they are bringing in even like if you resonate with another person coming in, I think that you are also healing aspects of self at the same time. Does that make sense? I hope that's not too confusing. But we also have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is really Spirit saying not to get trapped in your thoughts, because that is really going to make your life a lot more difficult. And also, I think that this could be a sign that if you feel like, if you know in your heart like this person loves you, or you know in your heart like there's a deeper truth here, it could be that they are also trapped in fear. Like, I feel like this Rabbit card really shares a lot of similar traits with this Eight of Swords card. And I think that this is a sign to not get stuck in your head. This is the time to stay in your heart, and also not let other people's mental anguish be something that you feel responsible for. I think that's a big thing. You're not responsible for other people's suffering, and you shouldn't be made to feel that way. And that's a hard lesson to learn. That's even something that I've had to do, you know? So, and it's a process. We grow and we learn. You guys got a lot of fortunes. So, lucky numbers, 26, 39, 24, 22, 51, 3. Beauty is not in the face. It is in the light of the heart. Yeah, and I think that's a big thing. Like, Spirit is really reminding you, like, when you have insecurities about how you look or how people will perceive you, when you share from your heart, like, the truth of your beauty is shown then. Like, it doesn't matter how attractive you are on the outside. If you have a rotted personality, it's going to show eventually, and it's going to make you less attractive. And if you have a kind heart, if you have a good heart, or just a loving heart, I don't want to say good, a loving heart, it shows, and that's a beautiful thing, and people will see that beauty. We also have 39, 30, 44, 33, 23, 15. Curiosity is life. So yeah, I think the universe is encouraging you to stay curious and stay open, and to not allow yourself to stay stagnant. But also, if you find yourself, like, when you hear me talking about Metatron and healing energies, and you're like, yeah, okay, so, like, okay, they're gonna come heal me, like, whatever, you're literally blocking that from happening by choosing not to believe or seeing it as silly. You can see it as silly and still open yourself up to it. You may not notice or feel the effects, at least until later, but depending on how sensitive you are, you certainly may. It really makes me think about, you know, Jesus, when he was performing miracles on others. You know, when he went back to his hometown, he wasn't able to perform many miracles, because the people there saw him as, you know, his human self, and they didn't believe in him. Whereas he was able to perform great miracles in other places because people believed in him, and he would tell them, you know, it is your faith that allowed this to happen. This couldn't have happened if you didn't have faith in me. And so I think that lesson is kind of important here, in terms of having faith in yourself and believing in yourself, even when other people don't, because the truth is revealed. And also, you know, having faith in the fact that higher powers do, you know, assist us, do bring us healing, do want to help us. You know, I think that, I'm not saying you have to believe that, but it could be a beneficial thing to add to your belief system, to feel less alone, and have the strength to face the things that make you uncomfortable, and have the strength to face vulnerability and intimacy and connection, and realize that not only are you strong enough to do it, but you can face whatever connection is asking of you, and what growth and love is asking of you. So finally, we have confidence of success is almost success. So, and truthfully speaking, like, if you feel in your heart you already have it, and act as if, that's one of the most powerful forms of manifestation, and your heart is the most powerful manifester as well. And we have the word for soup, which I'm not going to try, but soup could be significant. Maybe someone has a souped up car. But lucky numbers are 24, 29, 16, 11, 33, 23. Notice there's a lot of the same numbers, but Oh well, if you want to screenshot those charms, please feel free to do so. But we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot now. So I am using the Empyrean Tarot deck. I love this deck so much. You'll see why. But while I'm shuffling, I just want to give a quick thank you to everyone who takes the time to leave me a little like, or just let the ads play in the background while I do something else, because those are just really simple and easy ways to show support for me and you know, let me keep doing this. So thank you to all of you who do that. You know, I know times are tough, and you know, I certainly don't expect anyone to contribute anything monetarily, but you know, if you want to give back in a way that is free, liking the video, super helpful. Letting the ads play, also super helpful. I don't expect you to watch them. I'm not a monster, but you know, thank you to everyone who does that. I just really appreciate that, and I appreciate you helping me and letting me help you. So we are gonna start by looking at why is this person coming in? Why is this energy coming in? I guess we'll have to get a little bit more meta with it. Oh, I'm so funny. Thank goodness for grace, because I certainly need some after that bad pun. Okay. Why is this energy, person, multiple persons coming in, Spirit? Ah, yes, this is so beautiful. So that you can experience more love in your life. It's pretty clear. New romantic opportunities or a renewal in romance with someone that you already know. This is coming into your life to mirror the hard work you've already done in cultivating more love in your life. Love is always trying to reach you, but the reason why it's coming into your life is because you've been reaching for it as well, and not in ways where you're trying to grasp it and take it, firmly grasp it, SpongeBob reference, but rather you're just trying to cultivate more of it within, and so the universe is mirroring that. It's coming in because you deserve to say yes to opportunities of love. It's coming in because you deserve to fall more deeply in love with your authentic self, with your life and your role in it, with another who can see and appreciate you, or maybe multiple others for my non-monog polyamorous friends as well. You know, love isn't limited to human beliefs or ideas, and I think that Spirit is just trying to show you many different sources of love, especially those sources of love that come from the higher planes of existence, like through angels and things like that. I feel like this is coming in to assist you in assisting others, because I think that you're also a very loving person, and the more love you feel, the more love you can share, and also know what is healthy to give and what is unhealthy to give. So, you know, figuring out your baseline of what makes your cup full, what allows you to hold more loving energy. This is coming in because you're ready, and you really can't mess it up. So I love that. And oh my gosh, look, it almost looks like the dragon is like directly bringing you the cup. And we have to think about the cinematic classic Shrek, you know, donkey and dragon. Very unlikely pairing, but they make it work. They make it work. Okay, so how will this person or people enter/return? And I will say as well, for those of you that resonated with the idea of you kind of attracting people with these like negative energies or, you know, fearful energies, I definitely think that you're being given the opportunity to explore what is most loving in terms of how you respond to it towards yourself, and less so about how they receive it. But also I think seeing that energy from a more loving perspective will help you understand why it's not your burden to carry and why it's not your job to fix or your problem to solve, but rather, you know, your it's an opportunity for awareness, and it's also an opportunity for them to see that they don't have to hold on to those energies. They don't have to hold on to those belief systems that keep them stuck there if they don't want to. And it's not because you're preaching to them, it's because, you know, your actions are speaking for you. But, ooh, okay. How is this person, how will they enter / return? We have the King of Swords. So I do think that in terms of Metatron, I do feel like you will feel their presence in your mind. Like your mind will feel clearer and you'll feel less chaos there. But also you will look at things from a more enlightened perspective, at least in the sense of just like, I feel like enlightened can sound snooty, and then even just like saying enlightened like sounds unenlightened. So just having the wisdom of a different perspective that allows you to stay in an energy of love, that allows you to see things from a higher plane of existence than just, you know, the human one. If your person is a King of Swords type, they could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This person could come in through a King of Swords type, so someone who is methodical, logical, brilliant, a little bit more mercurial than, let's say, Venusian. They could also be coming in, and this was actually something that's really wild. They could be coming in when you're embodying this King of Swords energy. And so what's wild is that in the last group, how they came in was through the Queen of Swords, and now we have the King. And so I'm going to read the King of Swords and just see how, and you just see how you resonate with it. Because it could be that this is energy that you need to embody. It could be that this is a person that you will meet them through. Maybe they will be coming to you, or maybe someone will give you an idea that will lead them to you. I definitely think claircognizance is being highlighted here, but also more trust and faith. Like, I think that maybe one of the things that holds you back in terms of accepting more grace and more blessings in your life is just the fear of being open to the unknown, and the fear of, well, what if I get it wrong? What if I mess up? And I think that, you know, the King of Swords is wise enough to know that he learns from his mistakes. You know what I mean? So integrity, authority, morality, intellectual power, fairness. In love, it is dependability, respect, balance. In love. In career, it is authority, intellectual mastery, and leadership. And in resource, it's discipline, wise choices, and logic. So definitely in terms of what you're already doing, that allows you to be disciplined, to make the right choices, and that, you know, makes sense to you. You don't have to do everything from a logical perspective, but I almost feel like having this balanced, grounded mindset of, you know, putting yourself first, of honoring what is true to you. So like, for example, if someone came in that wanted to have a romantic relationship with you, but they were unwilling to meet your needs, or they were unwilling to meet you halfway, or unwilling to love you in the way that you desire, or, you know, connect with you in the way that you desire, I feel like that would be awareness for you of like, oh, I don't think that deeper love can grow here because I can't receive, you know? Like, I think that there is logic around you must also be receiving. Like, if you're pouring all your love into someone that doesn't know how to pour it back into you, and they're unwilling to change that and unwilling to grow, you know, that might be a sign of where, a sign of a source where love can't reach you in that time. But having that wisdom and acceptance and being like, okay, it allows you to be open to those who can. So with the last of the daggers suit, we meet the ruler. The ruler takes all of the lessons and wisdom learned in this journey and shares it with the world. This card is an invitation to speak your mind, share your truth, and teach all that you've learned. So you could be inspired to talk to this person. They could come back in and you could be speaking your truth. But also they could be doing that as well. The world needs your wisdom, and you now have enough experience for it to be incredibly valuable. Oftentimes we see people who are inexperienced but have read a few books and feel they're ready to be teachers. Maybe they can market themselves and they can speak the language that hooks people, but energetically something is missing. They haven't walked the path long enough to embody the wisdom they think they have. In other words, they haven't reached the ruler of daggers. This card finds us when we have reached this space and it's time to step outside and let ourselves be heard. Yeah. But just because we haven't reached this place doesn't mean we won't have fears come up. It can still be scary to be seen and open ourselves up in a public way, even when we know we're ready. But this card wouldn't find you if it weren't time. So it's important to face any anxieties you may have. It gets easier the more you try, so take it one step at a time. In the words of our Lord and Savior Jordan Sparks. So yeah, this person will come in, I think, mostly when you're embodying this King of Swords energy, where you are walking your wisdom and honoring your truth and not allowing your actions to reflect something that doesn't align with your integrity. Like I said, this could also be someone that is coming in or someone that is leading you to them. But more than anything, I think that this is also an energy that you're embodying and growing into. And having this King of Swords energy is so beautiful because it allows you to explore your emotional body without getting lost in it. It also allows you to explore intense emotions and the emotional spectrum without being swept up in what those emotions are telling you. It's like you can be simultaneously experiencing the emotion and also observing it from your own place of wisdom and awareness. And even if there's uncertainty or there's an unknowing of what to do or how to do it or what the next step is, there's awareness and trust, at least in yourself, that you can take those next steps. And if you don't know what those are, the universe will help guide you. And I love how the King of Swords is literally looking up at that dragon and he's riding Saturn. So Saturn could play an important role in this connection in terms of like maturity or just growth. And it could be that Saturn is helping you get prepared for the right type of relationship or prepare you and this person for a deeper commitment. But yeah, really beautiful energies here. And I know this is a little all over the place. I apologize for that. Thank you for being patient with me and giving me grace because there's a lot of interpretations here and I don't want to neglect any of them. So what I want to know is now, I'm actually going to pull two for you guys. So one thing I want to know is how will you know Metatron is working with your energy or helping you? So how will pile 3 be aware of Metatron's presence? How will they know or feel that Metatron is around? The 3 of Wands. So I feel like visually, that's going to be huge. You may feel or see visuals that are then shown in different synchronicities, but also you will feel Metatron's presence in those moments when things start to come together and you see where expansion is happening. You get inspired ideas, you get courage and confidence that you don't know where it comes from, where you're just like, oh, like I feel like you may still feel afraid, you may still feel uncertain, but you feel more secure in your ability to face whatever happens when you take those next steps. I also feel like with this 3 of Wands here, you'll be feeling energies of boldness and courage and trust in when you know there's nothing you should be doing if you're not meant to act. Like you'll feel this just confidence in whatever your own internal guidance system is telling you. I feel like you'll be getting visuals. And if you don't think visually, then you'll be seeing images that inspire you, that really align with where you want to be. And that will be really helpful. But I also think you will get signs and synchronicities because it is a 3 and we've seen a lot of 3s here. You'll be getting signs and synchronicities around the things you've been asking about around, for example, if this is a connection, like you'll be feeling like the trust that you're going to meet this person in the perfect time or the perfect way, or that this person's going to come in the perfect time or the perfect way. Or if you've been having like issues, you start to see solutions that once weren't there. I feel like not only are you going to be taking more inspired action, but also you will just feel more inspiration for the future and trust in that more and more blessings are coming. It's a really cool feeling. I really like that. But I want to see how you will know if this is another person, how you will know it's them. So how will pile 3 know that this person is their person? We have the Page of Swords. Okay, this is really interesting. So multiple interpretations here. And we have the World on the back of the deck. So I definitely feel like how you will know is you will have completed a cycle. You will be in this King of Swords energy. And I actually think that your person, when they come in, they will be in a similar energy as well. But essentially how you will know it is them is you will see the maturity, you will see the growth, you will see the wisdom. And if you've never met them, then when you meet them, you will see, like, you'll compare them to past people you've been involved with, and realize, like, oh wow, you know, no wonder I wasn't able to have like a loving relationship with that person. Like they didn't even, you know, that wasn't even on their mind. Like the Page of Swords is the least equipped to deal with love and romantic relationships. Not only are the pages the most immature cards of the court cards, but the Swords card is literally air, the mental body. And I feel like it'll be very clear to you. Like you'll see immature energy, negative energy, energies that would just want to feed off of you, or energies that would lead you on and just, you know, tell you what you want to hear to keep gaining the benefits of whatever they got from you. Like you'll be seeing that bright as day, and you won't be drawn towards it. You won't feel like you have anything to prove. You won't feel like you need to give them anything. And if this is someone that you already know, you will see their growth, their wisdom, and you will feel that see and feel too that you've grown and evolved as well. Like there will be awareness, like we were not the people that we were when XYZ happened. We were not the people that we were when we met. And if you resonate with the idea of just kind of attracting people in general, that, you know, have just naturally maybe like a lower vibe than you, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. You'll be seeing that for what it is and not taking it on as something that you need to feel responsible for, but just seeing it as, oh, that's where their consciousness is at. And with compassion, just allowing them to have that experience and allowing yourself to not feel like you have to fix that experience, change that experience, be involved with that experience in any way. You know, you can be kind and compassionate, but also detach from the things that bother you, or detach from energies that don't serve you. But, you know, like for example, there are often times where we can't avoid, you know, certain personalities that are draining or just immature or gossipy. And I feel like you'll just have more wisdom and awareness in how to deal with those sorts of people, and you'll be less affected by them. It's kind of like it'll just be noise that you're not worried about. And I think as well, you won't feel this anxious uncertainty. If this is a person, like especially for a romantic relationship, you won't feel thrown in circles. Even if you did in the past, like that energy would be different. Like if it's the same person, there is growth here. Like you guys are not the same people. But for a lot of you, I feel like how you will know is that they won't be embodying the energies that used to drag you down, that used to take advantage of you, that used to hurt you, whether intentionally or not, because they weren't able to be caring, be attentive, be understanding. And they weren't able to hold, like the Page of Swords is not cut out for a committed romantic relationship. They're just not. They're here to learn and explore and grow and be a mental menace. And that's great for them. But it's not great if you're trying to have a romantic relationship. So I feel like you'll kind of see the mental menace energy. I like that. I just came up with that. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I channeled it. I'm sure someone and somewhere else in time and space has said that. But I like that phrase, mental menace. I feel like I've got a little bit of a mental menace in my mind. But with that being said, let's go ahead and finish this reading off with some guidance for you moving forward, just what you need to know. So we have Betilda, you are the creative force that shapes your reality. So this definitely goes back to what you believe in. Like, I definitely think if you believe that you're unworthy of love, or that you can't have it, or that once people see you, they won't like you, or, you know, it's not worth it, I feel like those beliefs need to go in order for you to be open to something more deeply. But also, you know, if you're already in a relationship with someone and you want to strengthen the connection or deepen the commitment or heal something happening between the two of you, I definitely think Spirit is saying, you know, don't feel like you have to wait. You know, if you wait for the other person to engage, you know, you might be waiting a while, or you might miss out on a solution that brings you closer together more quickly. You know, sometimes our egos can cause us to, you know, put the onus on the other person. And it takes a lot of strength of heart to be willing to say, no, you know what? Like, they can reject me. They can say no. They can disagree with me, but I can still try. And at least if I try to bring healing to the situation or create a solution, I gain more awareness and I have a better idea of where we're at, you know? I really think also, though, this is a lot about believing in yourself and believing in the fact that, you know, you have a powerful healing energy, and you deserve to share that healing energy with someone that can not only receive it, but give some of that back to you. And I think, you know, if you already know who this is, they've definitely gone through a lot of growth, or they will be, and you'll be seeing that and you'll be mirroring that. If you don't know who this is, I feel like you're really being encouraged to recognize that they may be better than what you can imagine. And so maybe it's time to trust in your heart that love is leading you exactly where you need to go. But also, you know, if you are trying to do more creative things and be in more harmony with just sharing your heart and sharing your gifts and trying to strengthen your relationship with the world, I think Spirit is saying there are a lot of creative ways to do that. Don't get bogged down by, you know, fixed ideas of how things have to work. We also, and the Spirit was like, behold your vision. So I guess that's, okay, so nuance here. Hold your vision of what you truly want, but don't remain fixed on how you need to get there. Does that make sense? But your dreams need a practical plan. So I definitely think that there is energy here around maybe you recognizing where you're ready to let love in and where you're not, where you're ready to share yourself and where you need more preparation. Take that as how it resonates. But we also have surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith, all is well. And finally, we have a little guardian angel card, and we have the guardian of emotion, which I think is the King of Cups. This situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. You're surrounded by those who have only the best intentions, so you can rely on the advice you're given. Maybe that's me. It's probably probably not, but like, Challenges will be resolved. This also indicates a generous humanitarian and refined person whom you can completely depend on. This could be a reference to characteristics within yourself. So yeah, I feel like you could be embodying this, and also the person coming in could be embodying this. But no matter what, I definitely think emotional maturity is needed here to deal with all of the situations we've talked about, you know? Being able to hold space for other people's negative emotions without taking them on as our own takes skill. Being able to recognize that other people's negative experiences, suffering, and things like that is not necessarily our job to fix, and it's not our job to, you know, give away all of our emotional resources to them. And also, you know, when it comes to matters of the heart and people that we love and care about very deeply, it can be very easy to get into ego and not want to, you know, step into your heart and be vulnerable. But I promise you it's worth it, and you're ready to. So no matter what, things are changing, and who or whatever is coming in, Metatron is coming in to help you, and you're going to be not only a lot more strong in your convictions, in what you believe, in your energy, but also you're going to feel more harmonious with your environment around you, and your relationships are going to reflect all of the love you've been cultivating for yourself. Love to fucking see it. Pile 3, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. Thank you so much, like I said earlier, for letting the ads play in the background. That is a super helpful and easy way to support me. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, like I said earlier, liking the video, commenting down below, super helpful. Shout out to my notification squad. You can subscribe and click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can check out my merch. You can check out my social media. You can check out my candles. Be sure to use code ISO10 for 10% off. And you can check out my fat juicy ass. Just kidding. You can check out other videos, ones with extendeds. We have lots of fun in the extendeds. But I didn't want to do one today, and I'm glad I didn't, because they've been such beautiful messages, and I almost feel like, because you know there's those people, you know, they'll just be like, you just didn't, like, bro, all I did was shuffle the cards and read what was there. Okay, that was a weird outro. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope you will have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Agate moon, I think it's Druzy Agate, but I could honestly be so wrong about that, and the AstrolOG Oracle, then this is your reading on who is coming into your life and what are they bringing. So these two cards are going to represent who is coming into your life, and these two cards are going to represent what they are bringing. If you'd like a full breakdown of the reading, there is one in the intro. So as for who is coming in, we have the first house of self, physical appearance, early childhood, goals, desires, individuality, temperament, personality, natural tendencies, identity, self-image. And we also have the Scorpion. And then in terms of what they are bringing, we have Trine with harmony, opportunities, luck, flow, beneficial, reward, synchronicity, good vibes, ease, positivity, supportive, expansive, overindulgent, complacent. And we have learning, which this looks like it should be the third eye chakra, but it's actually the throat in this deck. Shout out to the throat goats out there. Anyway, who is this? Okay, so this could be a couple of different things. And this is really cool because in every single one of the readings, there was an aspect of self in some way that was coming in. So one of the first things, this could be pretty meta, but I don't know. I don't even know if I just use meta in the correct context, but the person coming in could be an aspect of self you've been neglecting. There are other interpretations. Hang with me here, but I'm going to start with that one because it seems like an aspect of self that you've been neglecting is coming in to bring to your awareness the fact that it's being neglected. Let's go into the others. Another interpretation I'm getting is that this person that's coming in is someone that maybe has been distant from you, and maybe you know why. The Scorpion card talks about resentment and not being able to let go, allowing emotional wounds to fester, and also, you know, getting caught up in past events or past hurts. So this could be someone that maybe was kind of hurt, and maybe you didn't do anything wrong, but if you know consciously, like, oh, you've had a disagreement with someone that you care about, this could be a sign that they're coming in to talk after like processing a lot of this. But another interpretation I'm getting is that this is someone, and this is going to be, I would say, well, I hope, the least likely interpretation. But if you do resonate with this interpretation, I think you will also resonate with the interpretation of self. Someone could be coming in to show you where you're allowing people to be unfair to you, where you're allowing people to create discord in your life, and where you're allowing others to make their wounds your problem. The Scorpion card here is fiery energy, and the Scorpion, when it's balanced and in its light, you know, it's very passionate about career. It's very focused on a few individuals that it cares about deeply, and it tends towards isolation and what works best for them. So as a person, I definitely think that if this is someone that is coming in to teach you more about yourself, they're coming in to bring you more harmony, either by releasing their presence in the sense that there may be some sort of conflict they're bringing to your door, and you may be growing and learning from that. If they are exiting your life, I feel like due to this conflict, I feel like you're growing and learning from it, and you will find that your life is more harmonious because of it. If there has been a lack of harmony between you and this person, if you feel like they've been bothered by something but they haven't been telling you about it, or, you know, maybe it's not that they were upset about something that you did. Maybe there was just something that they were jealous of or resentful of, and they were unable to be happy for you or unable to put those emotions aside, so they've been avoiding you. That could be coming through here in a way where they're coming in to kind of talk about why and just kind of bring in more healing, and I feel like it could be a beautiful learning experience for you, especially if you were taking their silence or absence very personally and feeling like you did something wrong. You know, it may be like that you didn't do anything wrong, you just made them feel bad about themselves because you were being you. But as an aspect of self, I definitely feel like there is a part of you, if this is you, that is bringing to your attention where you've been neglecting yourself emotionally, and where you've probably been overindulgent in practical matters like career, like your passions. But I guess truthfully, this could be really any aspect of self that feels like it's been neglected. The fact that we have, you know, the first house here, I feel like there could be certain habits that you have that maybe aren't the healthiest, or that maybe are contributing to a more negative mindset, or that are keeping you stuck in a phase of life you don't want to stay in. Like, you know, for example, if you know that you need more sleep, but you continuously keep neglecting your sleep schedule and choosing instead to scroll on your phone or do something else at night, you know, that aspect of self that really needs rest might kind of come out and sting you a little bit, in the sense that maybe, you know, you've got something important to do the next day and you neglect your sleep, and so you end up being unprepared, or you oversleep, or you accidentally snap at someone in a professional setting because you're just done with their shit, and you don't have the emotional space you don't have enough rest to be able to deal with that with patience. Like, you could do something that you regret by neglecting those parts of you that need more balance, more attention. I definitely think for a select few of you, this could be someone that kind of has a delusional perspective of how they've been wronged. It's like, you have what I want and I don't have it, so it's your fault. Like, that's a very, very unevolved energy. But if you resonate with that, I definitely think they're coming in, or maybe even just their energy is coming in right now to bring you the awareness you need to heal and release it. I definitely think that if there is, you know, if this is someone that you care about, or if this is someone that you haven't met yet, but that brings a lot of chaos and a lack of harmony, that encourages you to be complacent about certain things that are important to you, or overindulge in certain things that make it harder for you to be in a balanced flow state, I definitely think that they're coming in to teach you a lesson around boundaries and around, you know, not allowing someone else's wants and someone else's desires and you know, peer pressure to guide your decisions. Maybe that's something that's already happening. But definitely, no matter what, if it's not to resolve an issue, it's to bring an issue to a type of relationship you have with yourself, or a pattern you have within yourself. It could also be bringing to light an issue in a relationship, like I said, with someone that is not harmonious right now, and the both of you desire to get it there, I feel like they'll be coming forward to kind of talk about why they needed to take some space. But for those of you where this energy is pretty unevolved and kind of delusional, and listen, that's their right. We're not saying that from a place of judgment. We're just saying that from a place of, you know, you are allowed to be hurt by comparing. They're allowed to be hurt by comparing themselves to you, and they're allowed to be mad about it, but that's not your problem, right? So they might be coming in, or a personality like this might be coming in. If you've had energies like that in the past and you're like, oh, hell no, then this is your sign that when this comes in, your learning is going to be put to the test. Are you going to allow them to create chaos in your life? Are you going to let them in? Are you going to say no thanks? No matter what, I definitely think that there's aspects of learning here where you are reassessing what's really important to you, and you're honoring your truth. So I definitely think, like, for those of you where this is a connection with someone that you want things to be harmonious with, I feel like the both of you are growing and learning together, and there will be more harmony. It's like they're ready to, you know, bring that harmony. Like maybe you were ready to resolve things, but they weren't. Or you're getting that harmony and learning from cutting these energies out of your life or not allowing them in when you see them a mile away. If you have experience with energies like this, trust your own discerning abilities to spot it a mile away, because I promise you, you're capable of doing that. The worst thing you could do is do the whole, yeah, but I don't have any evidence for that. You don't want to gather the evidence. You don't want to experience the evidence. The evidence, you've done that before. I guarantee you, if you're coming to this reading, you have ignored your intuition before and let people in that brought chaos, discord, you know, and just unhelpful energies into your life. You can recognize those energies. That doesn't make you judgmental. That makes you discerning. Now, if you judge them, that makes you judgmental. But if you can just acknowledge, ooh, that person feels like this person from my past, you know, thanks for making an appearance, but you know what? No thanks. I don't really want to open myself up to energies like this. That doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you, you know, someone who's learned from their mistakes and cautious. I think you underestimate your ability to key into where someone's energy is at. And then the other one is aspects of self that you've been neglecting that are, you know, if you have felt like your life is chaotic and, you know, you're in your Taylor Swift, it's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me era, if you're the anti-hero here, then I think that the aspects of self you've been neglecting are coming up, and they might be coming up in ways that are kind of painful. Like you have painful memories, or you have a realization of like, oh, I really need to change, or something bad is going to happen. You know, like if I don't start getting enough sleep, like my body is gonna start shutting down on me. You know, if I don't make sure I'm drinking enough water every day, you know, it's gonna be a lot harder for me to feel full of life and refreshed. Like whatever it is that's making you feel chaotic and out of balance, I definitely think those parts of self may be coming to the surface. So let's go ahead and see, pulled some letters and charms, so let's just go ahead and see what charms and letters are significant to the connection or the situation. Oh, you don't need to be there. Whew. There's an L that wants to come out. Okay. All right, we got a lot of letters, so let's do those first. Ooh, interesting. The tower there, we'll look at that in a second. Okay, we have a 3, a 5, a broken 5, a half 5. Let's call it a half. An 8, a 6, a 4, a 2. I'm pretty sure that was a K or something else, but now it's an I. Or maybe it was an H. We have a P and a broken Y. So that's interesting. There haven't been broken letters in any of the other groups. So that must be significant in some way, you know? Maybe there is something broken between the two of you, or maybe there is something that is broken in this person's heart and they're making that your problem, or maybe there is a part of you that feels unseen by you, that feels hurt, that, you know, needs healing, mending. We also have a J, we have an X, we have a V, we have a D, I think we said O already. We have a 2, we have double zeros, we have a 1, so like 2001, 2002 could be significant dates. Where'd that L go? I thought I put it down. I saw an L. I thought I put it on here, but now I don't see it. I guess we'll find it if we're meant to find it, but I guess we'll just add the letter L, because like it came out of the, did it get picked up with the, I don't know. Maybe it's just hiding. So we also have an S. Okay. So Virgo could be which is crazy too. Virgo is the only charm that's come out. There's only 2 Virgo charms, and one came out in a different group as well. So Virgo energy could be significant here, but you know, the key word on the back of it is practical. So I definitely think that if you've been neglecting certain practical means, like I said, things like sleep, those might be very important, but also a Virgo person could be significant. That could be bringing confirmation. We also have Aries energy and Mars energy. We have more Mars energy with the Tower. Mars is ruled by Aries, and also technically Scorpio, but Scorpio is like also ruled by Pluto, but it used to fall under Mars. What else? Okay. Meow, 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 meow. All right. We have the Tower, but I feel like the fact that it came out upside down, reversed, is very significant here. I feel like depending on what your situation is, Spirit is giving you this message so that you can avoid, you know, something much worse happening. So like, for example, letting someone in even though your intuition says, no, don't let them in, red flag, red flag, red flag. This could also be, you know, hey, make those changes you know you need to make. Otherwise, things might get a lot worse, you know, like health-wise, you know, wellness-wise. Like, you know, you might, I feel like it's like your body especially, or just like your energy. Like, I feel like you all might, if you resonate with like aspects of self being neglected, you might make yourself sick if you don't make changes. So please, 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 please do what you can there. But for those of you who, you know, there is a lack of harmony in your connection with the person I'm talking about, and you desire more healing, I feel like this is a sign that you may be catastrophizing things, and that Spirit is really asking you to be honest and transparent, but also, you know, listen with an open heart and try not to take things too personally. 2v2 seems like I don't know why, but that's coming through as a significant thing. We also have angel wings. So I definitely think that there is angelic protection around you. And I think that when you are uncertain of something, you can pray to your angels and ask for guidance and just assistance on, hey, like, you know, can I trust this situation? Can I trust my intuition? But also we have this little heart with a crown. And so I feel like this is a sign that your heart should be the ruler of these decisions that you're making. We have another heart charm actually too. Yeah, we have love. So I definitely feel like this whole situation is trying to bring to your awareness love. So whether it is the love that exists between you and another person that will bring about healing, resolution, and forgiveness through this person coming forward and talking about it, whether it is you loving yourself enough to say no to energy you feel like is not going to be beneficial in your world or in your life. And this is also loving yourself enough not to keep yourself trapped in mental cages and literal cages that are keeping you stuck in the same old thoughts and the same old belief systems. This charm always makes me think of the 8 of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is all about, anxiety, fear, and feeling trapped. But the key to the Eight of Swords is that you're not trapped. Like, you can set yourself free. And so I think Spirit is really saying, like, you're not stuck in this situation. No matter what, harmony and learning is coming to you in whatever form. And like, these are beautiful, positive things. But sometimes we have to experience chaos, discord, and a lack of harmony in order to figure out how things can be harmonious for us. We also have this little sun charm with 2 pearls. So I definitely think this situation is bringing about a lot of wisdom. And I think you can also trust the wisdom that you already have. And I feel like one thing that the divine is telling you as well is that when you need information, when you need wisdom, they will bring it to you because you are connected to the divine. And when you feel disconnected, that's when you want to take some time and kind of connect to your breath and go within. So we have this little robot and it looks like he's kind of meditating. And so, meditation might look different for you. It doesn't have to be sitting and just, connecting with the breath. It could be through yoga, it could be through walking, through dance, just something to get you out of your mind and instead into your body and into your heart. I definitely think that if you've been looking at yourself, if you've been treating yourself like a robot, not holding acceptance and compassion for human emotions or for, things like fatigue, I think that Spirit is really kind of coming through here to be like, hey, you're a person, not a robot. You can't live like this. Not only are you hurting your body, but you're hurting your spirit as well. I also think that, if someone is coming in that, kind of resonates as bringing chaos to your life, I feel like one of the things, well, first of all, what they're kind of saying is that you don't have to let them in. And you do that by trusting your intuition. But also, you don't have to take this situation personally because it really isn't. It's just them expressing the level of consciousness that they have. And, we're all at different places. But we also have this little clear charm. So I feel like not only is clarity coming, but I feel like a lot of light is coming to you. I also feel like you're just going to be getting more divine guidance. And I'm hearing Halo by Beyonce in my head. And I feel like you are just stepping into your divinity more by honoring your heart and knowing that when you let your heart lead and when you trust your heart to lead, you can come up with solutions and be inspired from the universe with solutions that you couldn't have thought of in your head, that, your ego would never consider because, the ego wants to win. The ego doesn't want to forgive. Well, some egos, all egos are different, but a healthy ego knows how to surrender to the heart and trust that the heart knows what's best. And I think that you're learning how to do that. And the more you do that and the more you lead from love, the more growth and learning you'll have. And the less you'll doubt yourself and the less you'll feel guilty for just saying you're allowed to say no to energy you don't want in your life. And also, when it comes to, relationships where there's a lot of love there, no matter what type of relationship and things just haven't been, if things have been, there's been a lack of harmony, this person has been distant, the power of love and how love can heal things and restore things and allow for growth and awareness of both parties and lead to more understanding and even closer bond than there was before. So I feel like the biggest theme of this reading is to trust the healing power of love and how it shows up in your life, because love might be communicating to you saying, hey, your body needs more love and care. Love might be saying to you, hey, your spirit needs more love and care. Or it might be that you're seeing, hey, that person needs love and care, but it's not my job to give it to them, and I'm not going to sacrifice my needs in order to be that for them. That's a big thing as well. Let's see what else we have. We have, today is a new day and the new you is lovely. Yeah. And so I feel like that's the thing too, like, especially when it comes to change, like if there are changes that you need to make, but they're overwhelming, I feel like it's just important to remember that like change is most effective when it happens gradually, and every single day is a new day. Don't think of yourself as you were. Recognize yourself as new and reborn every single day, like a phoenix. A phoenix could be significant as well, the bird or a town. But also I think that there's a real need for you to be more gentle with yourself, because even if this is a situation where you and this person care about each other and like don't want to exit each other's lives, but, you know, they've been dealing with their own issues. You may take on, you know, their issues as a sign that it's your fault and your problem, and you're the problem, you're the source of issues, and like that you should beat yourself up, and you shouldn't. You know, it's natural, just living and existing with other human beings, that conflict arises and that issues and challenges happen, and human beings are prone to projection, and the less aware they are, it's actually kind of crazy how those projections can really just say exactly what's going on with them on the inside, and yet they're just pointing it out at you instead, and you're just like, do you not, like, can you hear yourself? Like, how are you aware of that but not aware of where the source actually is? You know what I mean? But that's not your job or your problem to worry about. It's your job to do what's best for you and set the proper boundaries so that people don't take advantage of that and feed on your energy. And if you are taking advantage of yourself and placing unrealistic expectations on yourself, you know, that is a big thing that you need to deal with. I just felt this like stabbing pain in the back of my head. And so I definitely think it will get harder and harder for you to continue maintaining poor habits and like things that are creating a lack of harmony and feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling in your flow. Like, I definitely think that if you are making decisions that are contributing to that, it's going to get harder and harder to keep doing that. And I think that, you know, the universe is really saying, hey, please be loving to yourself. Please do what you can. And, you know, obviously there are things outside of our control in terms of health issues and things like that. And if you do have health issues, you know, stop placing healthy expectations on yourself. You know, if you have limitations, if you have an illness or something that you are dealing with that someone else wouldn't be impeded by, that doesn't mean that you pretend like you're not struggling and try to overcompensate and try to be normal. Instead, the healthy thing to do is be like, oh, hey, I have this thing. I need to accommodate myself in this way. I need to support myself in this way, and to advocate for that rather than just staying silent about it and suffering in silence, you know, being honest with yourself, especially. You know, if you've been lying to yourself saying, yeah, I can handle this is fine, I can keep up with this, but in reality, you know, your body is like begging you to stop, or you're just exhausted and overwhelmed. Like, your feelings are telling you, hey, please stop doing this to us. Please be more gentle with us. Like, we need more care and comfort and nourishment and rest. That might be something that you need. And yeah, I think no matter what, I feel like all of you need care, nourishment, and rest, but especially those of you who are dealing with, you know, aspects of self that you know, are taking actions that are trying, they're trying to do their best, but the delivery is not very loving and is not helpful or effective for you. And then also, you know, if this is a person that is, you know, just very much only focused on their suffering and their problems and how you make them feel and all that, I think that it's going to be really healing and healthy for you to realize, like, yeah, that's all theirs, and I don't have to be responsible for it. And, you know, what they choose to do with their consciousness is their business, but I don't have to be there to save them from it. We also have, I don't care if my best sucks, I'm doing it anyway. So I feel like that's a beautiful sign as well. Like, you know, change doesn't have to be grand. You know, I think one of, like, I've personally been making a lot of different changes in like my lifestyle and how I live to just be healthier and, you know, more loving to my body, especially. Like, if you have, like, I have ADHD, so if you are neurodivergent in some way, it may be harder for you to connect to your body. And, you know, there are a lot of ways in which I was demanding my body to you know, put in so much energy and effort and just push it to its limits because of my own brain's expectations. And even though it felt horrible, because I was detached from it and I was more attached to what I thought I needed to be doing, I allowed my body to take a lot of abuse from myself. And so we have to really be honest with ourselves and say, what are we doing that is hurting us? you know, especially our bodies. Our bodies work so hard every single day to keep us alive and let us be here and let us experience life through 5 senses and through, you know, a human experience. And your body is incredible, and it does incredible things that we can't even fathom. Like, you yourself are comprised of a fuck ton of cells, and those are individual lives. You're not even all you, man. You're the things that encompass you. And they're just working hard to keep you alive. Imagine how powerful it is once you also bridge your consciousness and work with it rather than against it. You are human. You have limitations. That is one of the things that I have learned to surrender to. Like, okay, I don't think it's realistic for me to get XYZ done all day. Rather than drinking so much caffeine, I feel like I'm going to explode. I will manage my time better and shift my expectations so that I'm not beating myself up for not meeting metrics that were unrealistic in the first place. Be honest with yourself about that stuff. Let's see. We also have an R. So the letter R could be significant. We also have some fortunes. Things happen fast. React. I don't know if I agree with that. Well, okay. I guess it depends. If you feel the urge or the inspiration to do something, follow it if you can. But if something, like, let's say, for example, this person comes in and they're very combative with you, and they're kind of in that camp of they're really only caring about themselves and they just want to make their wounds your problem, I would not react, actually. I would try to stay grounded and observe this situation, not only from your perspective, but from a detached perspective of like, okay, what's happening here? And make sure you're being fair to yourself. Because when you're on the receiving end of someone else's negativity, people with self-loathing tendencies can use that as a justification to self-flagellate. And so and also it could be that it is a shock to you, and it might cause you to react in ways that don't align with how you are, that don't align with what your truth is. I mean, even if you do react and you are reactive, that's okay. You can learn and grow from that. But yeah, I guess I'm a little bit combative with this one. I think that this can be guidance depending on what the context is. You know what I'm saying? But the numbers here are 1, 16, 25, 27, 35, 59. And finally, we have do what you wish as long as it does not harm anyone, including yourself. And on the back of the deck, can you tell it's pile 4? Okay. Your lucky numbers are 28, 1, 7, 23, 47, 52. Cool. Sick. Those are your charms. Feel free to screenshot them or whatever if you want to. Did not find that L. Big L for me, I guess. But the letter L could be relevant here. Or am I crazy? Like, was that L in a different pile and like my brain is thinking, I don't know. It seems like it disappeared. Maybe some of you saw it and you're like, so it's right there. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm gonna add the letter L because I swear I saw it, but I don't see it now. Okay. Anyway, let's get into your tarot now. So I'm gonna have to tweak these a little bit. I mean, I could go based on the questions that I asked originally, but I don't think that's going to be the most effective. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each scenario. And the one for, okay, so I'm gonna pull a card asking for guidance on each scenario. So the scenario where this is about self, the scenario where this is a situation where you're healing a disharmonious situation with someone that you care about, and then those of you that are dealing with a negative energy either coming in or returning, trying to make it your problem, trying to take you off your flow. So Spirit, what guidance? They were like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So this is for self. This is for self, but we're gonna keep going. What guidance do you have for healing and resolving a disharmonious situation if there is healing to be done with this Scorpion and pile 4? What guidance do you have for that? You have the 10 of Swords, okay. And then finally, I was just thinking about the fact that all these fucking man nipples can be here on the screen, and YouTube's not gonna give me shit about that. It might give me shit about how much I just swore, but even then, it's like, are you fucking serious? It's so fucking stupid. Anyway, maybe the Spirit commenting. Yeah, Spirit agrees with me. It's bullshit. Okay, let's shuffle for the last thing. Okay. Spirit, what guidance do you have for those who, may recognize this Scorpion energy as someone that would bring chaos to their life, or as someone that would have harmful energies towards them, energies that aren't for their highest good, that maybe they have learned the lessons from personalities like that and they're ready to grow? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, and it came out like on its side, and I know it wants to come out in reverse, and I think that's actually perfect. So on the back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords, and I feel like this really reiterates what I've already felt. You need to trust yourself more and not get so caught up in worrying that you're wrong. You know what's best for you, and even when you don't, you still know that you can try, and at the very least, you know what direction it might be a good idea to head in. I feel like more than anything, like, you need to trust your intuition more and stop doubting it. But in terms of self aspects, with the Five of Swords, there is a need to heal your mentality around your expectations of yourself and around what you think is healthy, normal, and okay. If you grew up in a situation where it was normal or expected to betray your needs, or normal or expected to put yourself down or criticize yourself, it may take some more conscious healing to not continue that cycle with yourself. But also, I think that a lot of this pushing yourself to the brink energy might be coming from the fact that you're worried that if you don't, you'll lose what you've already gained, or you won't be deserving of blessings that are coming to you. And that's not true. I feel like you have... A lot of people say this is a dog-eat-dog world. It's not. It is for those who believe it is. But that's not the loving truth. If people take that honest truth, that's fine. That's their choice. But we don't have to engage with it, and we don't have to continue that cycle. There are a lot of ways in which I think that your mind hurts your body, and the softer parts of you. I feel like there's maybe aspects of you where you feel like you may put down the vulnerable, soft parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that say, hey, like, I think we need to rest, or hey, like, I think we could really use like a self-care day or a mental health day. And then the other part of you is like, I don't even want to say it. Like, just even what I heard, like, it just sounded so harsh and mean, and I don't want, like, the exact phrase that I heard is, shut up, bitch, get over it. Ew, 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 ew. Don't ever talk to yourself that way, or another that way. Maybe if you're joking and it's like funny and cool, whatever, but like, even if you talk to yourself that way in like a joking way, like, it does have an effect. And even I used to call myself a bitch all the time, and I call myself a lot of things. Like, self-deprecating humor is not funny, and it doesn't help you, and it just lowers you, and it doesn't serve you. So you have to really look honestly at yourself. And if you have wounds around betrayals from your past, around people that hurt you, around people that didn't support you, around people that were harsh to you when you were vulnerable, or when you were in a position of feeling soft or feeling down, and they were hard on you and they shamed you or they belittled you, you need to be ruthlessly honest with yourself and ask, am I repeating that cycle with myself? Am I becoming the bully that I used to be? Or am I still bullying myself in the ways that I used to be bullied? You know, what did you learn from your hardships? And I'm sure you can recognize that behavior outside of you is not okay, but how did you take on that behavior and continue to direct it at yourself? Because that stuff hides in your subconscious, and you don't even realize it until you sit down and you're like, oh yeah, I actually am really mean to myself. If you're not consciously aware of these things, they can just fly under the radar and you won't even realize them. So the biggest thing here is to let go of a win-lose attitude or feel like you are bad or wrong. Let go of the grind set. Holy fucking shit, let go of the grind set. It's a terrible mindset to be in. It might be great for achieving earthly results, but it's horrible for living a well-rounded life and, you know, giving yourself room to live and breathe, and instead just, I think a lot of the grind set is just trying to optimize your ability to be part of the capitalist machine, which, like, your choice, you do that, but like your heart might just want to watch a movie or read a book of poems, and that might be more powerful and more healing than a week of intense work or, you know, something grueling. I feel like you need to let go of the idea that change has to be hard or change has to... I feel like if you're the type of person who feels like you always have to learn things the hard way, I feel like Spirit is giving you an invitation to say, hey, maybe we don't have to this time. Maybe we can just start making those changes. And instead of waiting for the big tower moment that makes us realize we have to change, what if we just start doing that now? Because even then, like, if you can, like, change, even within change, it doesn't mean that we stop engaging in old patterns of behavior entirely. You know, oftentimes they come back up, but with those changes, we can look at how different behaviors and different actions affect us differently and how we feel after them. And that awareness can make change a lot easier. You know, I avoided a lot of changes that I've needed to make because they were overwhelming and because I didn't know where to start and because it was just like, it was just too much. And then once I stopped placing so many expectations on myself and just started making smaller incremental changes that, you know, weren't groundbreaking, but were, yeah, honestly though, even a lot of small changes have been groundbreaking. So that's a lie. Like, even small changes can be groundbreaking, and it's those small shifts and that awareness of when you have a choice, like, I can finish this assignment tonight, or I can get enough sleep and do it tomorrow, or I can email my professor and ask for an extension. Like, most professors are so chill and cool. Like, I know some of them aren't, but like a lot, like the vast majority of college professors, I think, are genuinely really cool people who are super understanding. And if you just are like real with them and are like, hey, here's what I'm dealing with, like, can I have like, they will work with you. Like 9 times out of 10, they will work with you. And I regret not being as forthcoming back in school with what I was dealing with, because I think that a lot of my professors would have been a lot more understanding and willing to help me if I had just been willing to ask. Yeah, so if you're in school and that's something that you're dealing with, one thing I want you to know is if you think that you're going to change your habits once you're out of school, that's a lie. Because whatever habits of behavior you have now, you're going to have them wherever you lead to next. And sure, your environment might change your behaviors a little bit, and what you're doing might change them, but you're still going to be the same person. You're still going to be dealing with the same things. And there were unhealthy patterns that I developed when I was in college, you know, of just like pushing myself to the absolute physical limits, avoiding things I had to do until the last minute, you know, and just creating this really stressful cycle for myself that was literally causing me to lose my hair and my fucking sanity. So, and it's taking me years to get out of that cycle. So just know that it's not something that happens overnight, but change that happens gradually, and change that you commit to, and that you praise yourself for, and that you know, give yourself credit for letting happen, and not judging yourself through these changes. You know, change is messy, and it is uncomfortable doing something new. It is uncomfortable doing things differently. Like, all of that can just be very empowering. And I think oftentimes it's not that we need to change. I think oftentimes the thing we need to change most is our mindset, less so our behaviors. Because once I changed my mindset in terms of how I was doing things and approaching the changes I was making, they didn't seem so daunting anymore. It wasn't making changes because I had to. It was, oh, I'm going to do this thing because it feels better than the other choices I've been making. And rather than placing value judgments on them, just recognizing, oh, I seem to benefit from this, and I don't feel as great when I do the thing I used to do. So yeah, just a little tidbit from me to you that might be helpful. But really gotta, if you have wounds around betrayals and things like that, I think you really need to ask yourself how you are continuing to punish yourself for that, because you don't deserve to be punished for that. It's not your fault. You know, human relationships are messy, and people are all coming at different places. And there are people that believe it's a dog-eat-dog world, and they behave as such. You know, and it's funny because those are often the people that tell you things are all in your head, and then they don't realize like that what's in your head is just as real as what's outside of you, because it dictates how you behave and act in the world. Anyway, for those of you who resonate with the description of, you know, kind of being in a situation with someone where they've been distant, or you feel like there is an issue that needs to be healed, or there has been discord between the two of you, with this 10 of Swords here, the guidance here is, if you are going to be the one to facilitate that healing, make sure that you are not still attached to certain gripes. Because I think, make sure you are mentally ready to be done with it. So like maybe both of you have had kind of issues, and so you've kind of just been doing your own thing and like giving each other space. If this person is ready to hash things out or talk, but you're still holding on to certain resentments or certain energies, that might create more discord instead of harmony. So I think what Spirit is really guiding you to do is to put an end and a rest to beating yourself up about certain things, especially around making mistakes. But also if you're holding on to like things that they did in the past, or things that bothered and upset you, or, you know, if they've been distant or they've been avoidant of you and that's hurt you, you know, if you're holding on to that, that might create more conflict than resolution. Now, you can do whatever you want. Like, if you choose to do that, you will still learn and grow. There is no wrong decision here. But I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, things will flow a lot more easily, and you'll be less likely to fall back into patterns of arguments if you're not holding on to, well, you did, if you're not keeping score and saying, well, you did this, and they throw back, well, you did that, and then it, you know what I mean? So I feel like Spirit is really saying, if you want harmony in this situation, be prepared to bury the past with them, and be from a situation where you can approach things from a fresh mindset. And if you're not ready to bury the past, maybe kind of tell them that, or just say, hey, you know, I want to bring resolution here too. I'm not quite ready. Can we postpone this until I am, like, I just have some things I need to work through. Anything like that, I think, is really, really, really important for you to do. But more so than that, I think if you are afraid that you guys will fall into those cycles, I feel like they're coming back in because both of you care about each other and you want to grow beyond whatever has been happening here. So I think the guidance here is to really look at what you want to leave in the past and make sure that you don't drudge it up whenever you are working through this in the future. Now, as for folks that resonate with, you know, this person, and maybe this is not like a specific person, like maybe the person coming in is someone you haven't met yet, but they share very similar traits to people that you've learned hard lessons with in your past, or someone from your past coming in, really testing you to see if you've learned those lessons. This Queen of Cups in reverse is here to say, don't carry their emotional weight. You know, the Queen of Cups is very psychically in tuned. And I think that if you resonate with being that way, with being able to tune into other people's energies and take them on as your own, or hold people's emotional weights, I think you're really being encouraged not to do that and to recognize that's not your responsibility. I also think you're being called to recognize people that are, like someone like this, for example, that kind of resonates with a less evolved level of consciousness. You know, they might be the type of person to relive emotional dramas all the time and you know, talk about them and want your comment and want to gossip or want you to listen to their emotional dumping. And I think Spirit is saying that's not healthy and that's not your job. I'm also getting a message that if you get any like psychic guidance or guidance, like this person could come in and be like, this angel told me to tell you this. Never, ever, 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 ever take any piece of information from someone if it does not feel right in your heart, if it does not make you feel lighter, if it does not bring you peace, if it does not bring you clarity, it is not yours. Even if it is me. There are tons of you here, and I love that. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. But you all are coming and relating to these readings differently. And something that I'm saying that brings peace and clarity to one person might create stress and fear in another. So that message was for the person that got that peace and clarity, but the one that was stressed by that message, that wasn't yours. That wasn't theirs. And oftentimes, like, you will see this happen, you know, where people be like, well, that's not true. That didn't happen. Well, yeah, it's not, that's why we say take what resonates. But it's very human, and I understand the urge to trust what's outside of you more than what you know to be true. But you need to start trusting yourself, and also trust when you see a psychic vampire from a mile away, you know? When you see that someone's going to be emotionally draining, when you see that someone is not interested in growing, they're just interested in having someone listen to their gripes, when they're interested in having an audience to their own drama. Spirit is saying that's not your cup to carry, and that's going to deplete you, and it is just going to create discord in your own life, and they're probably going to benefit from your presence, and they're going to feed your ego. And that's probably why you let people like this in the past, because they're like, oh, you know, like, Pile 4, you're so amazing, like, thank you so much, like, I really needed this, like, I really needed you and your presence in my life, and they will feed your ego and make you feel wanted and needed. And so even though your heart is saying, hey, this is draining and this sucks for us, your ego is like, yeah, but we're helping them, you know? It feeds into being a hero or a martyr, you know? Those are ego responses. And we all have egos. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But what you need to recognize is that they are going to play on that. And then once you become aware of, like, okay, like, this isn't worth it, like, this person is draining me, they're creating chaos in my life, they are going to, instead of saying those sweet things to you, they're going to turn right back around, and whatever you have told them, whatever insecurities of yours they've picked up on, they are going to pinpoint those, and they are going to hurt you as much as they can, because they're going to punish you for no longer doing what you wanted them to do. That is why it is so important you not tell yourself, oh, well, I don't have any evidence to know that they're like this. Maybe they're not that bad. Maybe I'm being judgmental. Maybe you are, but I would much rather you be judgmental than put yourself in a situation like that ever or again. So don't do that. Do not allow people with poor emotional boundaries to make their lack of boundaries your problem. If you resonate with having poor emotional boundaries, which mood, I've dealt with them too. I deal with them too. It's about having the strength to realize you're not a bad person for placing those boundaries. And if someone reacts negatively to your boundaries, that's exactly why you need them in the first place. And that's exactly why they're there, and they are revealing to you, oh, this is someone that doesn't respect me. This is someone, because if they truly respected you, they wouldn't take your boundaries personally, because boundaries aren't, I want you out of my life. Boundaries are, I want you in my life, but in order for that to happen, like, there needs to be certain protections. You know what I'm saying? And people that take that personally and can't see that want full unfettered access to you and feel entitled to your time and energy and to your support, you don't owe them shit. Not a single thing. And you shouldn't beat yourself up for that. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is, stop empathizing with other people to the point of forgetting to be compassionate towards yourself. That's not real empathy. That's just you martyring yourself and mirroring back the helplessness you feel on the inside and projecting it outwards rather than helping yourself. You're just helping other people in order to make yourself feel better about the fact that you're not doing the inner work that you should be doing because you're neglecting yourself. Get it? Good. Okay, let's go ahead and look at guidance. So, to start, we have, I love this deck, Holly, Puppet, and Andre? Be the reason somebody smiles today. Maybe be the reason you smile today. And also recognize, like, people that are constantly, like, there are some people that get off on people trying to please them and them never being able to please them. So, like, if you're used to people that, like, nag you or, shit like that, don't focus on trying to make them smile. Focus on trying to make you smile. Well, you can just do it right now. Smile. Or, someone that you care about. Like, I think sometimes we forget how impactful just, like, if there's someone that you love that has been, like, just a source of support in your life, just letting them know and, like, sending them a text and being like, hey, like, I just want to say thank you for being in my life and, like, thank you for existing. Like, that can be so powerful and such a, like I'm literally about to cry just thinking about, like, Mother's Day was a few days ago. And so I was writing out my Mother's Day cards and, like, sobbing the whole time because, like, just talking about how much I love, the mothers in my life, like, gets me. But it's also, like, I bet they don't get to hear these things. And when would I say these things otherwise? Because it's like, life's happening. And I think we underestimate, how powerful just kind words to someone or, expressing gratitude for their presence can be. And I think someone that you need to express gratitude towards is your body. Tell your body thank you for taking care of you and loving you and supporting your life even when you were doing everything in your power to not support it. Because your body doesn't hate you. Your body's not mad at you, but your body will certainly love and show you the positive effects of giving it more care and love, being more nurturing towards it, and you'll feel more safe and more empowered, more balanced, more whole, and more harmonious. So, yeehaw. We also have communication is key. Yeah, so I definitely think for sure, like, communication in all ways, like, communication with yourself, tuning into yourself, checking in with yourself, paying attention to the thoughts that go through your mind and being like, is that true? You are not your thoughts. And we all have intrusive thoughts. It's normal and okay. But, when you say hateful things towards yourself and you beat yourself up for being human, that is psychopathic behavior. I'm not saying you're a psychopath, but we all have an inner psychopath. We all do. And you might not believe that, but think about it. Like, how many of us have overloaded ourselves with caffeine and deprived ourselves of sleep in order to, get something done that we thought we needed to in this way, or pushed ourselves above and beyond? How many of us have deprived our body of nutrients and deprived ourselves of nourishment because we thought our body needed to look a different way, or we thought, we didn't deserve it because we didn't work hard enough that day. Like, when you really think about these things that you tell yourself and these beliefs that you have in your subconscious, and you really look at them in the light of day, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, the inner psychopath is just anti-life. It is anti-living. It is anti-reality. It is it believes in perfection. It believes in a lot of things that are distorted and unhelpful and that stifle the human spirit and hurt not only you, but they hurt everyone, you know? And so choosing not to let that voice win, choosing to not let that voice dictate your actions is a very empowering way to not let people with that external voice, or people that want to keep you small, want to keep you disempowered. That is a very powerful way to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, because you'll know what feeling good feels like, and you won't rely on other people to make you feel that way. You won't rely on other people to give you that validation that, you know, you're worthy. You are worthy. And you can show yourself that by taking action in ways that are nourishing, healing, and healthy towards yourself. And with whoever you, and if you do resonate with, you know, someone coming in that, you know, someone that you've had issues with, Spirit's really saying, you know, just communicate and be honest. You just need to speak your truth. That's what's important. We also have surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And that's the thing as well. Like, I'll use myself as an example again, like in terms of the changes that I've made, you know, like I reflect and I'm like, wow, like I could have been so much further, like if I had made these changes before, but I wasn't ready. And I needed to go through that experience for as long as I did in order to be ready to change. I find that, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that, like, you know that trope of like the kid gets caught smoking their dad's cigarettes, and so the dad makes them smoke the whole pack so that they never, you know, want another again. I find with a lot of unhealthy behaviors, I just have to do it until I can't stand it anymore, and then I'm ready to let go of it. So if you're that way, you may just need to learn that way, and that's okay. It's really powerful too, though, because like you don't really have the desire for it anymore, and it doesn't have a hold on you. And so, yeah, I don't know, that might just be one way. And also just know that, like, if you think you need to be at a different spot, you think you need to be somewhere else, and that's why you're beating yourself up, you need to take a step back and be like, am I delusional? I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm doing great. And I trust that I'm being carried exactly where I need to go. And if depriving and depleting yourself to get yourself further ahead is what, in your mind, saving time, you're just gonna have, like, that time is gonna come back in terms of needing to rest and recuperate for probably a lot longer than you would have if you just had a balanced, you know, way of doing things in the first place. So be aware of that. But finally, we have a little guardian angel message. Beautiful. We have the Queen of Wands. This is a time where you can do whatever. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which could definitely describe you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace, and I think that is the biggest thing here. No matter what situations you resonate with, whether one of them or all of them, you can resonate with all of them, that works. You can handle these situations with grace. And when you make a misstep and when you make a mistake, the answer isn't to beat yourself up and whip yourself in the streets. The answer is to say, oh, how human of me. Of course, apologize if you need to, if you caused harm, you know, but also forgive yourself for not knowing, because you're gonna learn. And we do learn from our mistakes. We do learn from those challenges. And we all learn in different ways. We're all motivated to change in different ways, and what works for you may not work for someone else. But beautiful changes are coming in for you no matter what, because if you don't make them, the universe will. But I think the universe is saying we don't want to, and we shouldn't need to. You can handle this on your own. And I think that if you are focused, like if you are so worried that a tower moment is coming, I think that's actually something you need to let go of, because you may be creating a lot of stress for yourself, feeling like you're gonna be punished, or if you don't push yourself to the brink, or you're a bad person for making someone feel jealous of you. Like, yeah, how dare you exist, pile 4? That's really messed up. It's really messed up for you to just exist and be yourself and have, you know, it's really messed up because someone else is feeling negatively about it. Like, how silly is that? That's so stupid. Know your worth and own it. Anyway, wow. that fired me up. Like, whew, I'm like kind of hot. I mean, I am hot, but like, I meant like temperature-wise. Okay, pile 4. That's where I'm gonna leave this reading. Whew. I'm definitely going to do some things that are grounding and nourishing and nurturing for myself after all of this. I hope you do the same. Thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. Thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background, because it's one of the simplest and easiest ways to show support and appreciation. So thank you to everyone who does that. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to my notification squad. I love you guys so much. If you want me to see your comments, I usually see comments when I first upload. You can check out my candles. Be sure to use code ACE to 10% off. You can check out my merch. You can check out my social media. You can check out my fat juicy ass. Haha, just kidding. And you can check out other videos, especially ones with extendeds. I just wanted to see if I could do that really fast and how fast I could go. Kind of fast. Okay. All right. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye.